All right, bet I'll start the recording then on my end also.
Sounds good.
I don't know how to approach this, but since I guess you finished recently, I guess you can go first.
Sure, yeah. So, uh, like Volume 1 was so fucking dope. I was so pissed at everyone for so fucking long when they convinced me that Leonard was the new MC
They start
and Klein was
gaslighting you.
dead. Yeah, I was out of my fucking mind. I and the worst part is I told them like when I started, they all hopped into like a voice chat to I don't know, just talk or whatever while
Mhm.
I was streaming. And they said like, "Oh, we're joining a voice chat." And then I was like, "Okay, listen. In that case, I'm not trusting any of you fuckers with anything because you're in there scheming for sure. You're
Yeah, they're
not just
probably
in there
saying
like
something. Mhm.
exactly. They're not just sitting there like, tee hee, we're just doing nice stuff. No, they're scheming." So I was like, "All right, I'm not gonna trust you." And then Klein fucking dies, and then they gaslight me into oblivion. Dope as fuck. But okay, now it's like he's back at square one because he doesn't
He
like
lost
have a
everything again. Yeah, I
yeah,
know. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Like
He lost
his whole
everything
thing
he worked up for. Yeah.
like I'm so pissed. I'm sure there's gonna be like a time. Obviously, if you know the answer, obviously don't tell me. But like
No, no, no,
I know
you're
there's
good,
a
you're
time.
good.
Obviously, there's a time in the future that's gonna that like Klein's gonna see his family again. He's gonna see Benson and Melissa for
Mhm,
sure.
mhm.
Like whenever that happens, I have no fucking clue, but it's gonna happen because they made us invest so much into those characters. So I have a feel like we're gonna see them, even if it's like just briefly to see how they're doing or whatever. We're gonna see them. But like I'm so ticked. Like I don't like for the longest time now. I just don't know what happens with Benson. Like, does he get the job as a government employee? Does Melissa become an engineer?
Like
Does
did he
Melissa
pass
become an
did he
engineer?
pass exam like did he pass his exam or what?
Yeah, exactly. Like, does he
Yeah.
pass the exam? When does that come up? How's he studying for it? Because like now he's racked with grief, and he's probably doing fuck all for
Mhm,
the next
mhm.
couple of months,
Bet, bet,
right?
bet.
So, yeah. But that all that being said, man, I was so sad when Captain Dunn died.
Oh man.
Um,
With Dunn
okay,
Smith? Damn. I know.
exactly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm question for you. So
Bet. Go.
everyone in chat's been hounding me because actually I think you were here briefly when we were talking about this. Do you remember have you seen Attack on Titan?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when you brought up
Okay.
Irwin, right?
Yes. Okay. Who's better, Irvin or Dunn?
Damn, man, people are gonna hate me, but I look he kind of sided with you. I mean, I
Thank you.
you know what? I kind
Thank
of
you.
put him. I put them on the same pedestal. Like to be honest, because both Irwin and Dunn Smith had like the same reasoning, where like even in death, like he still wants to take his comrades like to the very end.
Exactly. Yeah.
They have like the same stance. The only thing that
Yeah. They're
scared me was I thought Dunn Smith like I thought this dude was losing control once he started eating
oh
Keenly's what was it his
oh
characteristic? Yeah, I thought
you're
that's
right.
what was
Yeah. His
happening. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think he was losing control. I thought my impression was before I knew of the whole like characteristic and stuff.
Hmm.
I thought he was like a vampire. I don't know if those exist
Yeah,
canonically, but I
that's what
thought
I
maybe
was
he was just
thinking.
like sucking his blood or whatever.
Yeah,
So I
I
didn't
was
think he
thinking the
was
same
losing.
thing.
Yeah. So I don't think he was losing control, but I was like, that. Well, DSV, you're totally right. I'll grant you that. Irvin died. Irvin had a lot more time, so we just got a lot more plot development. I'll grant you that. No problem at all. If I would say Dunn felt more personal, like to me, Irvin felt so personable. Like from the very start of AOT, like we see Irvin probably I want to say like episode 1 when like Aaron's like a little kid and we see the scouts walking in and Irvin's like leading the pack and everything.
Hmm.
They just had so much more like he just had so much more time and his character felt so much more fleshed out. And
It takes
plus,
me back.
like
Yeah.
Dunn had a ton of cool like shit that he did and like saved everyone's ass. Totally he was totally
He was
clutch
safe
every
thinking.
time it mattered,
Hmm.
right? It was totally clutch. All that being said, I think that moment when, like, obviously that speech that Irvin gives to everyone, still fucking dope as fuck.
I still get
That
chills to this day, dude.
yeah, exactly,
No,
yeah,
but
you and me both.
I do agree with you though. Irwin was more fleshed out. Like we spent a lot, like what we spent like 3 seasons with that dude, and then like with Dunn Smith, we only get him for like 1 volume. But I still think
Exactly, yeah.
he was just as impactful as Irwin was, even though Irwin was more fleshed out and we had like more time to like that character. I agree with you
e-
on that.
Exactly, yeah,
Stop it.
yeah.
Why you
Um,
gotta be so mean?
yeah. All that being said, yeah, I don't have like everyone in chat. Everyone knows this. Like, I'm not a very creative person. I'm a profoundly boring person. So what that means is like I don't come up with theories too often. Like, because again, I'm like my brain is like,
Yeah,
well, I just like I
like
don't
while
know
you're
how to
reading
do that.
and then you're live.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. Because like every time I try to think of a thing, I'm like, okay, well, there's like 48 things I don't know of. How do I come up with anything? I don't know.
No, I think I came up with some pretty good theories along the way. But one sec, Ellie, why are you barking so much? What are you doing?
Kind of real theory I had
Mm-hmm.
was, oh, I guess as of today I have two, but the only real one I had was I'm wondering if maybe I can. I think it's better if I show it to you visually, like I showed it
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Len,
go for it, go
because
for it, go for it.
it's hard for me to explain. I'm just gonna. Sorry, give me 1 second. Um. Do window, share screen, screen one. That the converging pathways theory, devil. Yes, exactly.
Oh, what
So
the? Okay.
so you know how we were told that like at higher sequences, like above
Yeah,
sequence
sequence
4,
4 and up, they're interchangeable.
they're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
interchangeable with like certain subsects, right? So like the ones that the death pathway and the Evernight Goddess one or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
then like a couple others and whatever the fuck. So what I was thinking was that instead of there being like 22 individual pathways, kind of like this, it's much more that they're all heading in separate directions, but there's certain ones that are like heading together. What I mean is like instead of them being different roads, think of these as like different lanes on a highway. So this is like the left lane, this is the mid lane, and then
Mm-hmm.
this is the right lane. And then, but even though you're in different lanes on a highway, eventually you're heading to the same place because the highway ends in one place. The highway, let's say, ends north. I don't know,
Oh,
whatever,
so like
right?
when like, and that'd be like going from sequence 9 to sequence 1. Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. And then what that means is in wow, for fuck's sakes, I reached too much. In the future, let's say this is sequence 5 here, and then this is 4 up here. These converge into one place.
Oh, and are you talking about only the ones that are interchangeable that are going to the same place? Or are you talking
Yes.
about
So
all
what
of them?
No, I'm
Oh.
saying all the ones that are in interchangeable. So this would be like one highway, and then like you're in the States, so this would be like I don't know,
Yeah.
IN 45 or whatever
Yeah,
the
like
fuck
the
the numbers are.
freeways. Yeah, yeah, just going by freeway
Yeah,
numbers.
exactly,
Yeah,
right? 45 and
yeah,
then
yeah.
55 and whatever the fuck. So like you're heading to different places, but as long as they're in the same one, they head as long as they're in the same like as long as they're interchangeable, they're heading to the same
Yeah,
place.
they're getting the same
But
destination.
then,
Okay.
exactly. But then Ramiro reminded me that what's happening is that it's not that they become the same thing because like a sequence 4 of let's say
Mm-hmm.
the Evernight Goddess and the sequence 4 of Death one don't give you the same power, so they won't really lead to the same place, right? Because like
Wait,
if
for
you
which
get
ones again?
more,
My bad. Which ones did you mention? Deaf
yeah,
and what?
Death and the Evernight Goddess, so the
Okay.
sleepless one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, those they
So
technically are interchangeable. I know that was revealed, right? At the end of volume 1.
yes, so
Yeah, yeah.
yes, so those two are interchange. I think those two and the I think it was
Oh,
the
yeah, I wrote it
giant
down right here.
formula.
Giant pathway. Yeah, yeah, for
Yes. So, but then Ramiro reminded me that it can't be that because what's happening is they have different powers. So, like if
mm,
you get more strength and I get more spirituality, we can't really end up in the same place, right?
mm-hmm.
But what if they don't end up in the same place here? What if here they're still going separately, but then at the end at sequence let's say 1, but I think there's a sequence 0. This is my I don't know if it's true,
Okay.
but I think there's a sequence 0. The reason I think there's a 0 is I don't know if you know anything about like tarot cards. I don't know too much either by any
Yeah,
stretch.
yeah, the
Sorry,
tarot cards. Mm-hmm.
sorry, I'm talking way too much. I'm gonna let you talk right after this.
No, no,
Okay,
you're good, bro.
sorry.
Go for it. Go for it. I mean, this is the first time, dude. It's all good.
Okay,
No, you're
yeah.
good. Go for it, bro.
So yeah, so in tarot, there's 22 major arcana, 22,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but there's only 21 numbered cards. The 22nd is a 0 or the Fool.
Oh, wait a minute. This was.
So,
Oh, I think I know what we're talking
uh,
about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this was ever stated. I just know this because as a kid, I was kind of vaguely into arcane
Mm-hmm.
a little bit, so I know a little bit about it. So the fact that there's 22, and then the fact that there's 22 pathways makes me think there would probably be a sequence 0. I don't know if that tracks out, but like to me that makes sense.
In volume 1, they did reveal what the 22nd tarot card was. Oh wait, no, I lied. The full was 0, right? The
Yes,
full
the
is
full
0.
0. Yeah.
So they revealed what the 22nd one was. I think I can say it, right? Remember, yeah, it was volume 1. You know how like Klein summons his own apparition above the Great Fog?
No,
Oh,
no, 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 no,
no. I don't. Yeah, I don't think so.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think
no.
so.
No.
Easy,
It's a
shut the
spoiler.
fuck up.
It's a spoiler.
Okay, I lied. Sorry, my bad. I don't know what theory. I don't know what theory you're talking about. My bad. My bad. Sorry. My bad. Volume 1 notes. I'm sorry. Okay, hold up.
Yeah,
I gotta
no
be
worries.
more careful. Hold up. This is so hard, guys. Hold up. I'm trying to. Okay, I'm only sticking to my notes. I'll be quiet. I didn't say anything. I like your theory. I know where you're going. You are on the right path. That's a really good theory.
Yeah, so my theory is they're different all the way up to 0 because even at 4 they just become interchangeable.
Okay.
Like you can change lanes on a highway, but then at 0 you end up in the same place. Like at 0 you just end up at being the fool, or you end up at being Miss Justice, or you end up at whatever.
Okay. You know what's another thing I did? This is a theory I brought up in volume 1. I can't comment on what you were saying right now about all that. It's really good. You're on the. That's a really good theory. That's a strong theory. But one thing I remember like speculating in the very beginning was the whole idea that like the seer pathway would be like interchangeable with like everything. And I like where you're going, where this kind of like how it all leads the same way. Because for a long time, I'm still thinking this. I know they mentioned seer is interchangeable with corpse collector and the giant pathway. Wait, no, it's sleepless.
No, sleepless.
Corpse collector, giant. What am I saying? Where was it?
Giant, yeah.
Oh, they never said what was. Never mind. They never did say what was. Yeah, you're right. They never said it. Yeah, never mind. My bad. I was looking at sleepless, corpse collector, and giant. I was thinking that was a fool. But I'm still under the idea that they will eventually like, at least with seer specifically, you should have access to everything. That's what I'm thinking, and I like where you're going with this theory because it makes me think the same thing too.
Interesting. Okay. Well, just curious. Do you still believe that theory of yours?
Yes, I still do. Without a reasonable doubt.
Okay.
Because like, there's no way he has access, like all of a sudden he like miraculously has access like above the Great Fog, and like the whole idea of the Great Fog is how there was 22 tables, right? There's 22 tables, and I'm assuming there's 22 chairs, and I'm assuming presumably in the future he'll be able to like summon everybody, right? But the fact that he has his like own 22 people, like why would only he have access to that? I'm thinking maybe like the full pathway like would be able to like, I don't know, like pick and choose.
Interesting. Okay. So my guess for that was always that the 22 different chairs are going to be like Klein's eventually going to get one person from each.
Yeah, like one from each. That's what I'm thinking. Like one of each member. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I never thought that they'd be that he would like that he would be able to pick and choose or be like interchangeable. My guess was more that I don't fucking know, but my guess was this whole gray fog thing is somehow related to his transmigration. Like we don't like we never hear anything about it, but my guess was like maybe maybe Roselle had the same thing. I don't know.
That's exactly what I've been saying, bro. That's what I thought. Emperor Roselle was probably like the first dude that had access like above the Great Fog when he transmigrated, but we know like there's been no mention of it like in his diary entries, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the only thing that puts me off because I feel like if you'd know that, you'd put it in your notes.
Oh, like right away. Yeah, he put in his notes right away.
Exactly.
Okay.
But then I guess the flip side is like at least I don't know that much about his diary yet. Like we only get like a couple pages here and there, right? So it could be in there. We just haven't seen the page that has one, maybe.
Yeah. No, you know what?
I don't know.
I think maybe I did fall flat on that Roselle theory because this was mentioned. I'm looking at my volume 1 notes. And one of his diary entries, he refers to like the secret organization, but he never says anything. And I remember Klein was pretty mad, like, bro, like, how do you not reveal who he is? Like, if he's mentioning that, never mind. I feel like he probably would have mentioned that he had access above the Great Fog, like right away in the beginning. But I still think they're connected in some way. Like he transmigrated first, and then like maybe he did it second. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the only other thing was that at the end of sequence volume 1, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't talk. At the end of volume 1, it was stated when we were reading that whole like the chapter 213 or whatever from the point of view of Ink's on Quill.
Yeah,
The
Insungwo.
fucking
Yeah, when he was writing
yeah,
everything down, when he was writing down the story.
exactly right. So what that tells me, the only early information we have was that Roselle did not. Yes, exactly. Yeah, DSV. I'm not sure if you have chat pulled up, but
Oh, you know, I probably should.
DSV. DSV just said like the only early information we have was that Roselle regretted not choosing Seer, Marauder, or Apprentice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he regretted not choosing
yeah,
from those three. Yeah.
yeah. That's why.
Klein
That's
chose
why
Seer. Yeah, he
Klein
chose
chose
Seer.
Seer
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Um. The wait, what the fuck was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Fuck, what was it? um. What the fuck? Yeah. So I don't like while I liked. Oh yes, here's So when we read from the point of view of Inkzone Quill, we
Mm-hmm.
saw that like whenever Klein went to the gray fog space, it like kind of fucked with his plans. Like he
Yeah,
was
like
able
he was
to
never able to see that, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
He never saw it, and then he was like, "How did he know about the red chimney?" Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Like it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make any sense how this guy has so much force or like insight.
Yeah, he like
So
clairvoyance.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So what that tells me is whatever this gray fog is, it's like a sequence or it's like a grade 0 artifact because it's
Okay. Okay.
counteracting the quill, right? Because the quill is a
Oh.
sequence. Sorry, grade 0.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the quill is grade 0. Well, I mean, its full title was
Yeah,
008. So you're saying it'd be
exactly.
like above 00. Okay. I mean
Maybe
above
not. Maybe
008. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not even above, but like equivalent, maybe because they were both sort of canceling each other out. Because like in the gray fog, he would see some stuff he wasn't supposed to, and then try to fight back against on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ink would just Zonko would just write more shit, and then it would kind of cancel him out again. So I don't. So I wouldn't say above it, but it's at least a grade 0 artifact.
You,
So
I have an
yeah. So
idea.
what?
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm,
So what
I'm
that means is like this motherfucker's got a. It's super strong, which means someone has had it before. Like it can't just be him.
completely irrelevant, but I think what it could be
Yep.
the the whole idea of going above the Great Fog is the original grade artifact, like the original grade 0, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Oh, like
maybe
you
it's
think it's
that.
001?
Yeah, yeah, like 001, like is the original one, and maybe because I guess is that much, I guess, of a higher tier, he can't like
Ah,
divine it, right? Like he can't see what's going on. Okay,
right.
maybe.
Ah,
Okay, that could be
interesting.
good. No, but I like it.
Yeah,
Dude, the whole idea of the quill was so crazy, dude. That's only
dude.
it was wild. I was so confused reading that, dude. It was so shocking.
Yeah, I, I generally don't need someone to like explain shit to me. I had to stop every 2 sentences and like ask chat, like, what the fuck am I reading?
Yeah,
I
I was so
no clue.
confused. Romero told me, he was like, bro, be quiet, just keep reading, dude. You'll get it. It's like, all right, okay, hold up. There's probably more to it. Yeah, it was so weird, bro. Like, I don't think I'm like, I don't know if it's been done before in other like, I guess like literature, but I've never seen a twist like that happen. Like that was so left field for me, and
Yeah,
it was just weird because like I remember the character gets written down, and I remember noting it. I put it in my notes.
exactly. Yeah,
And you know what's funny? The whole idea of like coincidences. I forgot what was the quote exactly. Like 1 is a coincidence, 2 is something, and then 3 is that. I went back. That
yeah.
dude is only ever brought up like 3 times in the very beginning, and he is
Oh,
never brought up again. And I found it kind of funny that he gets brought up 3 times.
oh,
And
and then they,
it was
yeah,
such a coincidence. Yeah, I found that really funny. I don't know if it was unintentional or not, but I kind of like that. It was cool. It was such a crazy twist, dude. I was so
dude. I
flabbergasted when that happened.
and the wildest thing was I act like everything logically should have told me like, okay, Klein's not dead. He's the main character. You've been reading him for 200 chapters.
Oh my
They're
god,
not killing him.
that got me so
And
mad,
I
bro. When
fucking
they told me it
and
was
yet I fucking
Leonard.
I
Oh
know,
my
and
god.
yet I fucking believed it, which killed me. I was like, as soon as I
you,
when
you
when
believed it
Klein,
too, right? I was ready to drop the
yeah,
series, dude. I was
dude,
ready to
I
drop this
was
shit when they told me he was gonna be the main character. I was so
I
mad.
was so ticked.
I mean, I like his
Like I
character, by the way. I do like his character, but I
yeah
like
no
Klein. I
yeah
don't mean to
exactly.
diss
Like
him.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
yeah. Whenever Leonard was on screen, I'd be like, my fucking go, like love this dude. But then as soon as they said he's the new MC, I was like, fuck this. Are
Like
you
I don't
telling
like
me?
this guy anymore. Never mind.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
dude.
yeah, I was like, you think I got this invested into Klein's family for to never hear about them again? Get the fuck out of
Oh,
here.
dude. Speaking of his family, like originally when I started reading the series, I wasn't used to reading a series this long or out loud for so long.
Mm,
So
yeah.
in retrospect, I remember being really bored reading the chapter with him cooking with his sister, and I'm like, bro, why are we spending like 20 minutes them cooking? I look back and I'm like, that's the most beautiful chapter I've ever read. Like, because he's not with her anymore. Like he's gone. He went somewhere else, and it's like I missed that, dude.
Oh yeah. No, that's what like like I was reading a chapter today. So like I obviously just started volume
Yeah, you just started
2.
volume 2, right? Yeah.
So like Klein lands in Backland and he rents this new house. And so like he goes to talk to whoever's like renting the place. He talks to them. He says like, okay, here's how much I'm willing to pay. She says fine. He gives her the deposit and then he goes to check out the place, right?
Yeah.
And it was like the smallest thing, but like I mentioned it where like the first time they got a house because Benson and Melissa were there, it was like a big thing for them. They were like, "No, like we're spending a lot of money. We need to check out the place, make sure everything looks
Oh
okay."
yeah, like, I
See
didn't think
how
about that.
right?
Yeah,
Wh-
and he just gets it on
Whereas
his own like
Klein
that.
just went
Yeah.
in, gave the money, and it was like whatever. Because to him, he didn't give a shit about the place. He just needed some secure place where he could
Yeah.
divine and do all his bullshit, right? So it was like the smallest little twist of like who he was and who he is now. Because now he's let that whole past thing go behind him. Because he's much closer to realistically like being oh, fuck I
Wait, where
Yeoming-gu now.
where are you currently in volume 2? Like he just got there, right? Like that's where you're at.
Yeah,
He's just in
yeah, he
Backland. All
just
right, just like
right,
fresh off the boat. I mean, or fresh off the train, right? Like just got to Backland,
exactly, yeah,
right? Okay.
exactly. Like he just got there and he just rents it and like he doesn't because he doesn't give a shit. He's much closer to
Yeah.
Yeoming-gu now than he is to Klein. Because at least back there he had all the I don't want to say baggage, but I can't think of another word of like Klein. He had his family, he had his
Yeah.
image to upkeep and all that bullshit. But now he's just nobody. He's Sherlock Moriarty, which is the most fucked name.
You know what's funny? Originally, I was reading his name as Klein Moriarty. I used to read his name like that, but it
Oh,
was Moretti. I would just confuse
Moretti.
myself, and people were laughing at me like, "Nah, bro, it's not Moriarty." And then people like when I got a volunteer, like, "Dude, that's kind of funny because you called him Klein Moriarty, like way back then."
Oh,
But that's
that's
just me
funny.
mispronouncing his name. That was pretty
Mm.
funny.
The only thing, so like the first time I popped into your chat, I just popped in to say hi because
Yeah.
again, I can't because again I can't watch any of it.
No, yeah,
It
you're
was
good.
like
Yeah, it
getting
was like 2 weeks ago or something like that, right?
something,
A little
something
bit more.
approximating
Yeah.
that. And then so I popped by, and the only thing I heard was like I said like, "Hey, I hope you have a good stream." I was about to quit out, and I just hear you say, "Hey," and Leonard says, and I was like,
Oh,
"He did not pronounce it." I
bro,
was like, "He did not do that."
I still say Leonard, even though people have told me repeatedly it's Leonard, right? And then even when
Leonard.
I use Google Translate, something they'll hit me with like, bro, that's Google's wrong. Also, I'm like, but I know it's
Yeah.
I know it's Leonard now. I read the Leon part and I think of like Leon Kennedy. Or I think of all these characters with Leon. But I know it's Leonard.
Okay.
But I still like even today, like when I was finishing my notes going over it, I kept referring to him as Leonard when I'm like, oh no, wait, my bad. It's Leonard. But it happens. It happens.
Yeah,
I just stumble
yeah.
my
No,
words
no,
here and there.
I found that so funny. I was like, dude.
Like how did you say the pregnant lady's name? I said Magoose, like a duck. Like a goose. It's Leonard though,
I
right?
said
Yeah.
it's Leonard. Yeah, I said Megos.
Megos, right? Okay. It was funny, man. When I'm like, who the fuck is Megoose? Like Megoose, goose, and then people were just spamming like a goose. Shit was funny, dude. Nah, I like it,
Well,
man. That was
I
such a
said,
good
yeah,
series.
I said Megos, and everyone was shitting on me too, and I was like, dude, I don't know how else to pronounce it. What the fuck?
Megoose is funnier. Yeah, it was. All right, well here, let me see what else. I don't even know what to talk about. I'm like, I usually when I ramble, I go like all over the place, dude.
Mm.
I'm like I can never be on track. Well, have you been keeping track of like all the artifacts in the series or not yet? I don't know if you're
Oh,
keeping track of that.
fuck. No, I have not been keeping track of
Really?
that at all.
I can probably send you like a PDF of everything I've noted because I've been trying to know everything like that's important, like from the most minuscule thing. Like so far, I have like all the artifacts written down. I've been keeping track of like all the ungraded stuff. Like for the longest time, let me double check. Volume 1? Yeah, this was in volume 1 with creeping hunger. Oh, here, look, you see, I'm
Right,
rambling.
yeah.
I'm all over the place. Another three I was literally thinking about just now when I was going over my notes was this whole idea that like the creeping hunger is
Yep.
part of a Zik. Well, like we know a Zik is like from Klein's point of view, he's like 1,400 years old, right?
Yeah, he's
That's
like,
what he
oh,
said.
respect. Yeah.
And I was, oh
Yep.
well, look, I'm going off tangent again. And then I was thinking
Oh,
like
you're good.
1,400 years ago was when they, let me double check. This was in my lore part. That's when it was a group effort of the Orthodox gods to take down death.
Yes.
Yeah, that was 1,400 years ago. It was around the time when Azik was killed, allegedly, or like Death. When Death was killed, that's when like Azik's life began, right? So in my head, I'm thinking like the creeping hunger was like the right hand of Death, right? Because the whole idea of creeping hunger
Ah,
is you need like a soul every other
you need
day.
like souls to
Yeah,
graze. Yeah.
and I know people were telling me like, oh no, like um uh creeping hunger's ability isn't part of death. Like right, they said it right in volume 1.
Yeah. So it's very similar to the
Yeah,
shepherd.
okay, awesome. I was just double checking. Yeah, Shepherd.
Yeah.
They were saying like, oh, his abilities is like part of Shepherd. But I was like, oh no,
Yep.
no, but like I mean, like the fact that the item itself still needs like a soul every day makes me think it's more
Mm,
related to death.
it's related
And
to
then that's when
death.
I thought I
Ah.
was thinking like Yu-Gi-Oh, bro, like like an Exodia piece, bro.
Oh.
Like you start combining all his limbs together,
Oh, like
and you maybe bring
you
back like the
combine the
original death. Yeah, but it's like
you
I
combine
like.
the 6 parts of
Yeah, that's what I
Exodia.
was thinking. But at least as of right now, I think Zik is like one of my favorite characters. At least right now in
Dude,
Volume 1, he's such a cool
dude,
character.
Music is so fucking based. Like we were like, oh, okay, sorry, I'm not saying we, but like I was so worried how they were gonna kill that Rear Admiral Kilongos guy or whatever the
Oh
fuck.
yeah,
And
yeah.
He's
Just
like
fucking
pops in,
comes out of
pops his
nowhere.
ass in
Yeah, with
moves.
his messenger,
Love it.
right? It was
Yeah, it was
cool,
like
dude.
Tuesday.
Yeah, he just gets his
It was like
messenger like over
Tuesday
the lake.
afternoon for him.
Yeah, it was cool, dude. He just take him out like that, dude. You
Yeah.
know, a part of me was sad that Alger couldn't get in the like he couldn't catch up in time,
Oh.
because I was kind of hyped to see like two pirates go at it, because like Quillingus is a
Oh.
pirate and Alger's a pirate. Like, oh, two pirates fighting.
Yeah.
Have you been
Mm.
noticing all the
I
pirate references in this series, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
funny.
so like when they say the 7 admirals or
You
some
were
shit.
thinking
It's
about One
like
Piece?
yeah, exactly. It's referring to the 7 warlords,
Yeah, I was thinking the
and,
same thing. The
and like
warlords.
and I think
Yeah,
it mentioned I think it mentions like kings of the sea or some shit, which is
yeah,
like the Yonko, which is
yeah.
dope
I
as
was
fuck.
like,
Yeah,
my man just called
insane.
himself like the Pirate King. I don't know or something, dude. I thought that was really
Yeah,
funny. Yeah.
yeah, I fucking love. Like, there's so many references to like everything. But the item is sequence. Sorry, Ramiro was saying in chat. But the item is sequence 5. Well, death is a god. That's true. But then it's also like the like putting together. Well, I guess it depends on how you fall in like in terms of like philosophy and stuff. But like the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, right? So like even if I'm tossing together like sequence 4s and 5s, let's say if I'm steel manning Easy's theory again, I don't like I haven't been keeping track of the all this stuff, artifacts and stuff. So like I'd have to do more research. But like if I'm steel manning the theory, even if you put together 4 and 5s, if you get enough of them together in the same place and they're supposed to be together, what they'll create is stronger than just having them individually.
That's true.
So
Yeah, it's true. If you look at this was way back, bro. Whenever it was in Morristown, the mutant. I wrote it down right here so I wouldn't forget. The mutant sun charm. What's it called? Remember how Klein used he used that
the
to
blood,
create
he took
his.
the blood out of
Yeah, he took the
his
blood
sunshine.
out, and then he revealed
Yeah,
like, oh wait, this is technically actually a higher grade. Just people don't know how to tap into it. And like
yeah.
that thing was graded 3, but in actuality, it was like, oh no, it's actually like grade 1. So I agree with you. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's like they don't know how strong it could be. Agreed. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, so it could just be that like maybe it's being used incorrectly, or it could
Mm-hmm.
also just be like if you can figure out the 5 or 6 that need to be put together,
Mm-hmm.
they'll create a they'll like sort of like magnets pull to each other, and then they like get way fucking stronger and make one grade 0 artifact or some
Yeah, yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
I don't fucking
They really are gonna bring an Exodia into this series. I already know it. Then, yeah.
know.
I really think we're gonna be building it like just grabbing different Exodia pieces and making like a really strong artifact.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what?
yeah.
I'm all, yeah, we're gonna lock in that theory. I can see that happening. That'd
Well,
be funny.
in that case, the real Exodia would be when we get all 22 members of the Tarot Club,
Oh
and they're all of
shit,
different
yeah.
sequences. They come together, and then what I don't know if you know this, but like, oh yeah, I can't remember the name, but like when all 5 Power Rangers get together, get in that mech suit or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah. When they like Mighty Morph and then like they make their one big
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be pretty funny, dude. Wait. I was trying to think of what character. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, no, I agree. Well, hold up. I was about to mention something from Volume 2, and I kind of caught myself right before I said it. Never mind, I paused. Wait, did you have any favorite characters though? Girl, I'm trying to see. I don't even know how to like order this. I don't know if you have any favorite characters because I've been trying to keep
My,
track of as many people as I could.
mm, my Go Tarot Rangers.
Yeah, go Terror Rangers.
Uh,
That'd be freaking funny, dude.
um, my favorite character right now is probably Azek, I think.
Yeah,
Dude, he's so fucking based. Other than him,
done
I would
maybe.
probably I would probably go him and Leonard, I think,
Leonard.
would be probably my
Yeah,
top two. I don't know what it means when Leonard says he's special.
yeah.
Like
That's
my
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah.
my first theory was that my first theory was that he was another like transmigrator maybe
Oh, oh,
because
and he's keeping that to himself.
like Klein is
Ah,
keeping that to himself
yeah.
too, right? So, like
Because
maybe
like during the first Harbor fight, he did mention he was just watching Klein and observing him. He's like, "Oh, I could have helped out anytime, but I wanted to observe."
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, like I in gen like lore wise, I don't know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like in any isekai, which it's kind of it's this is basically an isekai novel, right? Like really well done, but it's an
Yeah, yeah.
isekai. And in any isekai that I've ever read or watched, I feel like there's always more than the main character who's also migrated from the
Oh,
other
that's
world.
true. Yeah, like
Like,
reincarnated as a slime. It's not spoiled
yeah,
for
I never thought.
ReZero, but like, yeah, when he brings up like different architectures, like, oh, it's a lot like Japan. Yeah, you're right. There's always like different like hints, like, oh, maybe somebody before. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
The
yeah,
one I
yeah.
was thinking of most was like Mushoku Tensei.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
right? So yeah, so like in my guess, there's probably another transmigrator. I don't know if that's Leonard because just story wise, it feels like it'd be too early for him to be introduced. But like I guess if they don't tell us
I
about it
actually
for like
wouldn't think it'd be too early, man. Knowing Lord of Mysteries? Oh, I think your audio cut right there.
oh, did it? Sorry.
Yeah, when you said it'd be too early, I think I overspoke too, and then like for some reason your audio cut.
Oh, all good. Yeah. So I just think it'd be too early thematically for them to introduce another transmigrator. But like
Yeah,
again, I could be wrong.
I don't know. I feel like it's never too early. Like knowing this damn series, like they brought up like Ins and Will in like the first 20
Mm,
chapters before he even became a. I think like
right.
literally as he became a Nighthawk member, they're like, oh yeah, this bishop stole a quill. Oh okay, and then like that's it.
Yeah.
So I can 100% believe you on that. Like for Leonard,
Mm,
he's like in the beginning, I forgot who was that said like, oh, it's cool. He just has a main complex syndrome. It's cool. Like don't worry about him. But
mm.
then yeah, you mentioned him like yeah, I could see that. I feel like there's more to
Yeah.
his character. Yeah.
That and then plus it seemed like he kind of like Klein knew about again it was never revealed at least not to me yet that he knows about the acting method but it feels like he's
He
known
never
about it for
and he's never said
so
anything.
early,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And he never said
Yeah,
anything
yeah, yeah.
because
He's like,
like
I'm also special. Oh, like I know
yeah
what you're
he just
doing.
said like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly he just said I'm special and then like because he's a midnight poet he would just go around spouting poetry
Yeah,
occasionally and
poetry.
like nothing else.
Yeah, like oh, that's
Exactly.
crazy. I never thought about that. Yeah, he's always known the acting method. Like he was always a poet singing poetry. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
never thought about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, so like I thought maybe he's a transmigrant. I couldn't think of anything else for him, but like, and if nothing else, just because I thought about him so much, he just became one of my favorites.
Okay, okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, I mean, I liked him too. Like,
Yeah. What
I
about
think I
what about
liked
you?
him. I liked him more as a character when he spoke to his siblings, Benson and Melissa. Like when he had to deliver the news about Klein. That's when he
Oh
really
yeah.
grew on me as a character. In the very beginning, I thought he was just a very like narcissistic, funny character,
Uh-huh.
and people just loved him because that's how he act. But like, like towards the very end of the volume, like he was really sad, dude. And I like the
Yeah.
whole idea that he also wants to take revenge against Instant Will, just how Klein
Right.
also
Yeah.
wants to take revenge. I like that. I like
Yeah.
the whole idea how like there's these two characters that both want to take revenge and like avenge Dunn Smith. I love it. And
Exactly.
he's
Yeah.
I think he's
Um.
up there. He's up there. He's up there as one of my favorite characters.
Exactly. Yeah. I think whenever Leonard finds out that Klein is alive, they're gonna meet eventually. I don't know when, but
I
like
feel
they're
like
gonna
they
eventually
have
meet.
to team up against Ints. That's what
Exactly.
I'm thinking.
Exactly. I feel like they're gonna get like we're gonna get the most heart wrenching scene from Leonard because
Yeah.
because Leonard's been like because Leonard, like Klein, has like his main mission now is like, okay, I don't care how, I don't care when, I'm gonna kill that fucking guy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he's now doing it obviously because of Dunn. That's definitely a big part of it, but like also because of Klein, because he's like, no, I lost a really either close friend or like however he thought of him,
Mm-hmm.
right? And whenever he gets it, he sees him back, he's gonna like probably just punch him out of fucking anger, like, you prick, you couldn't be bothered to just let me know you're fine.
Yeah. I
Because
still
like
find
I
it
feel,
crazy that he
sorry,
wants to stay hidden. I
yeah,
know he mentioned why he wants to stay hidden. Like he doesn't want to be in the spotlight again, right? Like he wants to be in like Instant Gwill's like he wants to be under his radar, right? That was why,
exactly.
right? Yeah, I was trying to remember like
That
why didn't he just go
yeah.
back? But it'd be hard to explain that, like, oh, I came back from the dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That, and then my second theory, well, not even theory, but like my second guess was that he probably doesn't want to go back because he's gonna climb up the ladders of sequences really fast. And 9 to 8, he does fast. The church will probably let it go. He gets to 7 and 6,
Yeah.
and like within a year, the church are gonna be like, well, "Hold the fuck, hold the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, and
What's
then
going
I
on?"
remember Kristen Sisman was like, I can't tell you why, or like until you're like even
Exactly,
higher, and he probably find it too weird for him to advance that quickly. Okay, yeah, okay, that
exactly.
makes more
So
sense.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I'm
So
like
I
I'm
felt
trying
like
to
the
be
church
careful
would
with
be,
what to say,
yeah,
so
no,
I
no,
just
you're
keep
good.
looking at my
Yeah.
notes. I'm like, okay, I can't confirm or deny anything.
Yeah. So I just thought like he probably just it just became to the point where the church would just become more of a burden to him because he would have to follow rules and not just go off and do his own bullshit.
Hmm.
And secondly, they'd probably also like as much as they could help him with like ingredients and stuff, they'd also just slow him down.
Hmm. Oh wait, Romero said right here the churches would hunt him. Random guy comes
Random
back
guy
to
comes
life.
back.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I just
Yeah.
realized I can open up freaking messages on Discord right here. I'm so dumb.
Mm.
I do not use Discord enough. Oh my god.
You're good. Yeah, like I still think Klein should have before he left just let Benson and Melissa know that he was fine. It doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
to be much. Just be like, hey, even if it's just a letter or some shit. Like even if he doesn't want to see them, just write them a letter or some shit. Give them some so that they're okay.
Like just let
Because
them
like
know.
otherwise, any Beyonder could get the truth out of them easily. That's a risk. Yeah, but which Beyonder's threatening these losers? Like, they're just peeps, man.
Hey, I love
They're
how
just
passionate
regular
I
peeps.
love how passionate you are about Lord of Mysteries too, dude.
Yeah,
He
they're
also has
just
imposter
peeps, man.
syndrome. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the word. He has imposter syndrome. He thinks he is inclined and doesn't deserve them. I don't know. It
Okay,
breaks
like
my heart.
that's a good. Yeah,
Did you
that's a
get
good.
emotional at the
That's
ending,
fair.
by the way? Because, dude, I
Oh,
went back. I cried, bro. I got emotional. I'm a grown ass man, and that got to me, dude. That was
oh
heart
yeah, no, no.
wrenching.
I definitely felt it when he died. I was more angry than sad when he left Tingen.
Oh,
I
yes.
was re I was really sad when he died. When he
Yeah.
died, I was like, I was super sad. When he left Tingen, I was just more angry. I was like, no, dude, like fucking tell them you're here. God damn it, no. So I
Nah,
think I was
dude.
just more mad.
The what's it called? Like the last sentence in like volume 1 was so damn good, bro. What was it? Like
Mm.
what was his smile? What's the exact quote? I already forgot. I'm gonna read such a good quote and I forget the quote. It was when he gives Melissa the flower and he's like wearing his clown makeup and everything. It was so
And he's like,
beautiful, dude. It was so
oh,
good. Yeah, a ridiculous smile. Like it literally just
yeah,
ends with like him
oh,
giving like putting on a ridiculous smile and giving him a flower. It
mm.
was such a good ending, dude. It was
It
so
was so
good.
good. Yeah.
Oh, you know what was
Yeah.
another thing I was thinking? Because Melissa is so good at like machinery and stuff, I was thinking at one point he joined what's that one church? Like the machinery
Uh,
hive mind?
we have mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she can be like a really good mechanic if maybe she joins them, this and that. Steam Church. There you go, Steam Church. I was thinking like maybe she joins the Steam Church, and then I was thinking like if the Steam Church is in Backland, and then like Benson has to take his entrance exams in Backland, it's like, oh,
Oh,
maybe they'll
and then
like
they
he'll
just run
eventually,
into them.
yeah, like he'll eventually run into them like at one point in time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping
Yeah.
for.
I feel like eventually what's gonna happen is they're gonna run into each other. I don't think Klein's gonna seek them out.
Oh, it's the same thing.
I think they're just gonna eventually accidentally run into each
Yeah, like
other.
bump into each other. What one would say it'd be a
Yeah,
coincidence, but yes, I can see that happening.
yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, we won't say. Yeah, fair enough. So Like the only thing I thought of was like maybe Melissa moves to go to like a better college or university or like university or
Okay.
something.
It'd be cool if
In
her
math.
personal maid tags along. What was it, Bella?
Yeah. Oh right.
Yeah, she goes along with them. That'd
Um,
be funny.
yeah. So like she was just like on the train to like her Backland University for
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't whatever, and then she just runs into him on the train or something.
Oh, you know what I was
Yeah.
thinking who we can probably run into? Because she also left by train. Trissy. Right? Trissy left on train in
Uh,
volume 1? Right? Or
right.
like
Oh, right.
on
Yeah.
her
Right.
steam
Yeah.
train?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, was it also
Ah.
bound? Was it also bound for Backland? There's so many characters that just like leave in volume 1. I'm over here like I hope they like we all run into everybody in volume 2.
Yeah, yeah, I think it said the train was headed to Backland, but she got off a couple of stations early so that
Oh,
she
you're
could
right.
sneak in.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so yeah, so she's probably in Backland too.
Yeah,
Fuck,
probably. Yeah,
everyone's here.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's like everybody's gonna be over there in Backland, and like he's gonna have to like kind of min max his time and make sure he doesn't bump into people over there.
Mm,
Let me see.
yeah.
I don't know what else I have noted down right here. I have like 9 pages of notes, bro. I got way too much. Were you overwhelmed at like the whole idea of pathways? Because I found this shit like super overwhelming when people were trying to break. I get it now. It's unironically easier to digest, you know, quote unquote. But I found it was really hard in the beginning. I couldn't wrap my head around this shit. This shit was hard, dude. Like like
Mm,
me, I'll watch Naruto. It's like, bro, you got chakra and like that's it. This is all you can do.
that's it. Yeah.
Or like Hunter
Right.
x Hunter, you got Nen, One Piece. You just eat a weird fruit and you get that
Mhm.
ability. This was really
Yeah.
confusing for me in the beginning because I was not
Yeah.
used to this kind of like power system.
Yeah, I try to just take it one step at a time. I didn't think about the whole all pathways because
Yeah, yeah.
22 times 9, what are we at? Like fucking
For like over
198 different potions, right? So like that shit's fucked. And that's not including my theory that there's a potion 0
oh
because
like
then there's
above that.
200
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because then there's 220.
220? Yeah, it'd be 220.
Yeah, which is like fucked, right?
Trust as you
So
remember it all.
I just take it one at a time, and like if I learn something, I just write it down like 9, 8,
Yeah,
7, and I just
I
keep
didn't
writing.
think we'd get this many revealed at the end of volume 1. I feel like we
Mm.
almost got half.
Yeah, it's a crazy. I same thing. I didn't think we'd get this much. Like, oh yes. Can I mention that, Ramir? Has that been revealed to him?
What? Oh, like but yes,
Yeah.
maybe. Oh wait. Yes, you can.
Okay. So I lucked into the lawyer pathway. I so the lawyer pathway was never mentioned in sequence 1 or volume 1. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But what happened was I don't know if you remember, but Audrey went to this like a Beyonder meeting place with like her friend the Viscount to look for the telepathist formula.
Oh, with
We met like Mr. A
Glaint,
there.
yeah, Glaint, Shio, and Fours, right? Like
Oh,
the
it
whole
was
group.
mentioned in chapter 200. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember they've gone to meetings like in the very beginning. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not super important, but basically all that happened was the Viscount Glaint, who was like Audrey's friend,
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I want to get the Beyonder potion for apothecary."
Yeah. Yeah.
Apothecary is like old English for pharmacist. So I made the joke. I was
Oh,
like,
like
dude.
if there's a pharmacist,
So I
there'd be
made
a lawyer. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I made the joke. I was like, dude, what a fucking loser. This guy's taking a Beyonder potion to be
Of
a pharmacist.
to be
Like, just
to
go
be a
to
pharmacist.
school. Just go to school.
Yeah.
So
You don't need a pathway for
yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah. So I made the joke, like, dude, imagine some loser comes up to you and says, like, hey, oh, you want to be a lawyer? I can give you this potion which might straight up fucking kill you.
He's like, oh,
It's like, dude, I could
that's a
just go to
really good
school. Why the
pathway. Yeah.
I was like, dude, I could just go to school. Why the fuck would I bother?
Unironically,
And
I
then,
think for names you suspect wouldn't be strong would be stronger than we think. Knowing
oh
Lord
yeah,
of
exactly.
Mysteries, I'm on that assumption. If I read like a pathway and I'm like, that sounds kind of mid, I think it's gonna be kind of crazy busted.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I just made that joke like, dude, what a fucking loser. Like just go to school, right? And then someone in chat was like, "Oh my god, he got it. He guessed the lawyer." And then they just it
And
was
you wrote
just
it
so
down.
funny.
That's pretty funny. You know what? Actually, there was 2 potions that were mentioned, but they never like confirmed on what pathway. Um, was it who's the one that told Klein about vampire? because we were talking about that
Like,
earlier. Yeah, right. A Zig. Like, oh yeah, there was a vampire one. We don't know where that is. And then I don't know if you caught what Quillingus said. I went back and I double checked Romero, and I know it's safe to say Quillingus only ever mentioned this twice. I don't know if you ever remember the part when Forz and Shio were what was it when Forz and Shio were trying to investigate where he was? They went to one of her informants that was
the
dead.
Traveler.
Yeah, they mentioned Traveler. And back then I'm like,
Ah.
that's such a dumb name. Like, what kind of path? Like if that's really a pathway, like why would it be called Traveler? And I'm over here thinking like that's gonna be some crazy stuff that maybe like Klein could use if he has access to like all 22. Wait, should I click on that? I don't know if that's a spoiler username.
Giant power grass system not complete.
Oh, I remember that. I remember this picture. See, did you ever see this one? I saw this picture when I originally started reading to it. My brain shut down when I looked at this. This was so overwhelming. This is too small, so I know I can't read it or get spoiled. But I found this really crazy when somebody like took the time to write all that down.
I've never seen this.
Oh, you've never seen it?
Dude,
oh, you guys never showed him this?
No, I would lose my fucking mind if I ever saw this.
I literally saw this within like 5 or 6 streams, bro. Somebody sent it to me, and I know if you zoom in on it, you can't see like what's what. It's too blurry. Like it's not like that uprest. Like you can't read the names. But I was so like dumbfounded when I looked at this. This scared me, bro.
Crazy. Dude, there's so many arrows everywhere. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, when I saw this, I got a little scared, bro. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna keep track of all this shit.
Ramiro just sent another one under
Another one. Yeah, I remember this shit scared me when I first looked at it. I'm like, man, this series is a lot more complicated than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like some random like dude that like went from China to London in like a different era. And then it's like there's all this going on. Yeah.
Exactly. Like it was supposed to just be an isekai. Like I don't like using this one because I don't like him very much. But like Mushoku Tensei, I don't like the main character at all. God, but
I forgot his name. What was it?
Oh,
I've watched season 1. I know I've seen season 1. I forget his name though. Yeah, Rudius. Yeah.
God, yeah.
That's funny. I never finished reading it. I got pretty far in the light novel. I'm just hearing audiobooks for it. I got to like volume 20, like 25 or something. It'd be like season 3 if it gets a 3rd season or whatever. I'm like, I almost got to the end and then I never went back.
I don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore.
Oh, that'd be skipping a lot. I mean, I'm hoping the anime doesn't really like skip stuff. I don't think that's gonna be the case because you saw the trailers, right, for season for season 1.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. It looks faithful. It looks super crisp. I don't think that's gonna happen in like compared to in that show where it kind of just skims through things. I think it'll be fleshed out.
Yeah, I think so. I found someone's sorry, Romero just said Cuttlefish is overseeing the anime, so that definitely helps.
Oh, that does help.
Because the equivalent I can think of is like I'm not sure. Have you seen Bleach?
Oh yeah, I loved it, bro. I used to man. I've been on the big 3 for like since I knew what anime was, bro.
Yeah. So like Taite Kubo oversees the Thousand Year Blood War.
Yeah, the Thousand Year Blood War arc. Yeah.
So and like the quality jump from the ending of Bleach, like previous and
like OG Bleach,
is like fucking different universes.
Yeah, I remember when I caught up with a dub. I'm like, oh wait, it ends in 2 weeks, and then I had to switch to the regular Japanese version.
Yeah,
and I had to wait 2 weeks to see the ending. Oh man, that was cool. Yeah, I remember. I remember seeing that. I was at Anime Expo years ago when they just announced the 1000 Year Blood War arc, and they're like, oh yeah, Taite Kubo is gonna be like overseeing it, this and that, and like, oh, be faithful. And I was under the idea that they'd add scenes he was never able to add.
Exactly. Yeah, that was that's what I was gonna say next. Where like because Kubo was basically being rushed to finish the manga because the sales were just falling off a fucking
man.
cliff.
They did it. I'll be honest. I'm gonna go on a tangent. They did him so dirty with that. They told him he had to finish it in like 5 weeks. I remember all the old anime reactions I used to watch, or manga reactions. People were pissed, like, "Well, he only got 5 weeks." But yeah, then they mentioned his sales were like pretty bad. Or like he didn't have like a color page in years, and I know color pages show you like your popularity and whatnot. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like because at that point Bleach had been running for like 8 years, and they said 5 weeks. Excuse me? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
I won't spoil the ending for people that haven't watched Bleach, but man, that ending pissed me off so much. I'm like, this makes 0 sense, bro. Like the final fight made 0 sense. Like the little pebble and the whole. Wait, no, 0 spoilers. No, I don't want to spoil that for people watching the anime. But like, I know in the anime they're gonna flesh it out more. Not much for something.
Yeah. So I think they'll be good. Plus, I've found I haven't seen too many like Chinese anime.
I've
I've
only seen
seen.
one, and coincidentally, it's by the same studio that's making Lord of Mysteries.
Oh,
There,
nice. Which one
yeah,
have you seen?
it was called King's Avatar. So
Oh,
it's
I
by
haven't
the
seen.
same studio making Lord of Mysteries. The same studio
Oh,
that's making Lord of Mysteries made an old donghua called King's Avatar, and I loved it, bro. It was about a retired esports player, and
oh,
he
okay.
decides to make his own org 10 years later. So when he goes back into this video game, people are like, oh, why does this player act so familiar? It was cool. I know some people didn't like the
Oh,
story, or like during fights he'd be using the same animations, but I guess it makes sense because he's using the same character skills. But I remember when I watched it, I loved it, bro. It had crazy music, it had crazy fights, it looked really good. And I'm really hyped. I'm hyped for Lord of Mysteries anime because like if the same studio
oh
was
yeah.
that good like however many years ago, I think it'll be just as good.
Mm. Yeah. I've um I've watched two Donwa that I can remember. There was Odd Taxi a Donwa? I can't remember. It was like a really weird style, so I
Oh,
can't
Odd
remember which.
Taxi. I think I've had that one on my watch list for like a really good time, and I haven't checked it out yet
Dude,
though.
dude, if you have time, I can't recommend it enough. It's so
It's really good.
like it's like all I want to say it's like I feel like it's 12 episodes. I watched this a really long time ago, so I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember. So like 11 episodes are like great episodes, and then you watch the final episode, and it's like the biggest mind fuck. Like it's so good. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Like super good.
Okay, but I'll probably check it out then.
The only two Donwa that I've seen was the Fog Hill of Five Elements, which was like
Mm-hmm.
I honestly I watched it so long ago I don't remember the story any of it.
Yeah, yeah,
It was animated like very beautifully. So like we just watched it like my friend and I just watched it for the fight scene. The show was dope as fuck.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember any of the story. And then the other one I can remember is Link Click. Link Click was
I don't
also
think I've heard of that one either.
Link Click was
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
phenomenal.
like for me, Dunkwas and Web, all this is new to me, man. Like I was primarily anime and manga, and then like I think like right before COVID, I switched over. Yeah, it was like before COVID, I started reading manhwas. So I started
Mm,
with like Solo Leveling, and I read a few other ones like beginning after the end. And then like
right.
one
Yep.
day, one of my viewers that I was reading Ellison, he just randomly said, "Oh, read Lord of Mysteries." Like, and I was like, "What is that?"
Wow.
It's like a Chinese web novel. And it's like I've never read one in my life. So all this
Yeah.
is new to me. Even like Dunkwas, like when I watched King's Avatar, I knew it was a Chinese anime, but I didn't know anything past that. No, get
Oh
killed.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
have you watched? Hold
So
up, tangent. Have you watched Solo Leveling? Yes or no?
yeah,
Do you
dude,
like it?
I make
Oh
so
wait,
many
yeah, no,
videos
wait, never
about it.
mind. Yeah, you made a video. No, I've seen one of the videos.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Every
always
every
slandering Solo Leveling. I love you
dude,
guys, by the way. They're always
yeah.
slandering them. I love it.
Dude, it's so fucking funny to watch because like I'll do like a stream, we'll talk Lord of the Mysteries, whatever,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And then in the morning I'll like schedule a video for Soul Level, at
yeah.
least when
Hmm.
it was airing for it to come out. And then all I would see is the videos are scheduled for like generally before I wake up, around the
Hmm.
time that I wake up. And I wake up, I do my normal stuff. I open Discord for a second, and all I see is Ramiro's like, this motherfucker's still posting
Like he's still
Soul
posting shit on
Leveling.
SO. Like, damn it, dude. Nah, I liked it. It was good. We lit
Uh,
2 weeks ago named the character limited to him for every letter and didn't search anything. Damn, you guys are good at that. No, but did you look into the game trailer already for Lord of Mysteries, or not yet?
oh yeah, I have seen it. It looks so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, I remember when I literally just read like the first two chapters of Lord of Mysteries, and then I went straight into like all the game info. I had no idea what I was watching, and then people were reading just like don't read the subtitles or all this. I feel like now if I go back, I'd be more excited watching it, but I like it. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. I know I'm gonna be playing that a lot.
Oh yeah. I think it's probably just gonna end up being. I think it's probably gonna be like a gotcha game. And boy, I don't
I
have a
I
great.
yeah, I have a bad track record gotcha games. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I've wailed here and there. I'm not gonna lie. I played Fate Grand Order for a
you
few
know,
years. I've played other.
I
I've
played.
played. Was it Honkai or
I
Genshin?
played. Oh, I didn't. I played Genshin Impact for a little bit.
Yeah, I played it like during
Uh, I,
lockdown. Yeah.
mm, I played Bleach Brave Souls for
Oh,
a
dude, I used to play.
few
I
years.
played Brave Souls for like a good while, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I played it for so
I like.
long.
I think the game is gonna be good. Like the Lord of Mysteries game by itself is gonna be a good game. I am a little bit scared though about like all the gotcha elements. Like you're telling me like fucking there's gonna be like a different client for every sequence. I'm like, bro, get out of here, dude. It's like I can see that happening. That'd be so funny though.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of a different client for every sequence. I was thinking just a different sequence potion for
Oh, that
everything.
makes more sense. Yeah. Well, actually, hold up.
But
I know they mentioned some of the info for the game. It
did they? Oh,
wasn't
I haven't seen that stuff.
for the game is not necessarily a retelling of Lord of Mysteries, but it's like they're using the backdrop of Lord of Mysteries and the characters in it, but like it's its own thing, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
like they mentioned like
No
you'd be
problem.
able to team up and fight Magoose in like a guild raid or something like that. And you know, Klein
Oh,
was by himself with like Leonard and Dunn Smith. Or Leonard, you see,
right,
I said
yeah.
Leonard, my bad, Leonard. Like I did it again. That was an accident. Yeah, so I think that's what the game is. But yeah, never mind. Maybe they probably won't put Klein in it, and you have like a different gotcha character that you gotta
Wow.
pull.
Uh, well, we don't follow. We don't follow Klein. We do. I presume that's supposed to say we do not own characters. Interesting.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna be free to play in that game. If there are any gotcha elements, I will be free to play.
Uh, DSV Leonard did 75% of the fight alone. Dude, I was
Did he?
dying of laughter.
Oh, when he's sitting with
Dude,
her, right?
yeah, I was
I found
dying of
that
laughter.
funny.
I found that so fucking hilarious. Like Leonard is sitting there standing next to a fucking nuclear
And
bomb,
he's
and
like,
then Smith
"Fuck,
is like,
hurry up!"
"What?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Dan is there. He's like, "Well, you see, you understand. I wasn't hurting his body. I was simply taking his characteristic because I hold him dear." And Leonard is in there losing his fucking
Yeah,
mind.
didn't he say he had to go to like the bathroom at one point? Magus was like,
Yeah,
"All right," or some
exactly. Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That was so funny, dude. Yeah, like I was going back, I was listening to your reaction when that happened, and then I was listening to mine. Back then, I was stressed out, but when I went back and listened, I started laughing at Leonard. Bro, I was like, "This shit is funny." It's like, dude, like hurry the fuck up, guys. Like, let's wrap this shit up. Like, what's taking so long? Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so fucking funny.
I don't know. I'm hyped to play the game. We'll team up when the game comes out. We'll all like
Oh
team
yeah,
up.
that sounds good.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
we can
I
just
was gonna say,
do
have you been thinking about like all the different regions? I don't know if they've shown you a map of what's known in the game. Oh my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, we will definitely team up
Oh yeah,
when the
no,
game
that'd be awesome. We
drops.
can start our own little guild, do the whole little bit. Yeah, it'd be great.
No, but have you been keeping track of like all the regions in Lord of Mysteries?
Um,
Because
like a little.
there hasn't been much revealed. Like, but I don't know if
Yeah,
you've looked at the map.
I haven't seen the map, but I
No.
know like the Southern Kingdom with the Fena Potter
Yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah.
Lone Kingdom, and then Southern Kingdom with Balam, and then wherever the fuck the City of Silver is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I know a little bit, but like no, I haven't seen the map.
Yeah, like I remember people only showed me like what's been like revealed in volume
Yeah.
one. Yeah, like I remember like they cropped everything out. They only showed me like the north, south, and like that was it. That was pretty much all I got.
Mm.
And then I was thinking like the whole, I'm heading. Oh, you're gonna head to the exam?
Oh shit! Good luck, Devil.
Yeah, good luck, bro. I feel bad every time when I'm streaming or something. But like, oh shit, dude, I gotta take a test, or oh, I gotta do an exam, or oh, I got work.
Yeah. Dude, it was so funny because I had my finals like in the last
Oh yeah,
week
they
or
mentioned
so.
you had finals recently, right?
Yeah. So like I would just be on Discord and everyone would be like, "Why the fuck aren't you studying?" I was like, "Oh no,
It's like
don't worry about it. It's
I'm
fine."
done, bro. I got more free time now.
Yeah,
No, it's I
I
was
got my
thinking, man. It's like I don't know where the and like I'm so conflicted on where the city of Silver lands in the world. Like I don't
I
know if
know.
it's like a different continent. Oh, you know what? This was a theory I mentioned during volume one. It's a theory, so I know it's not a spoiler.
Yep,
I was thinking
yeah.
that the city of Silver was its own separate realm for like the longest time. Just like how Klein came from the real world and like now we're in like the Lord of Mysteries world. I was thinking
Oh.
Derek or like the city of Silver region, it's like its own separate world. Because we know there's like
uh,
quote unquote different worlds. Like we know when Forz escaped using the gem, like
Oh
she
right,
went in
she
like
went
the
to the
astral world or whatever, or
yeah,
like we know that's
yeah.
been brought. So I'm over here thinking, like maybe the City of Silver, it's in its own like different realm or whatever. I don't
Mm,
know where I was going with that, but
interesting.
I was thinking about that.
Interesting. I was thinking about.
Or it can be like
I was
another
thinking.
continent, right? Like
Yeah, I was
far out.
yeah yeah I was thinking as like for the City of Silver was like an equivalent to like Laugh Tale from One Piece. Like it's just like out in the middle of butt fuck nowhere,
Oh, yeah,
surrounded by like lightning or some shit that just makes it
yeah,
impossible to find.
yeah. Okay, that
Cause
makes more
like
sense.
yeah, cause like sorry
Yeah, you
cause
just
like
I find it weird. Like
thematic.
they have their own language, like their own thing. They're like always like fighting like ghouls and creatures or whatever on expeditions, and it's like you don't see
Yeah,
that like back here. Yeah,
exactly that, and then plus if it's like a, because we know that City of Silver is like filled with lightning fucking all the time,
yeah,
right?
all the time. It's like
So
clouded in
so
shadows and whatnot. Yeah,
exactly. So like if there's a place that's just like clouded in one a dark mist and then lightning on top of that, it just kind of shields the fact that there's even a island in there because
yeah, yeah.
all sailors would be like, I'm avoiding that fucking
Oh, you're right,
that's
and maybe
horrible.
that's why they probably wouldn't be like they wouldn't go there or know of the City of Silver in the first place. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. You know, I'm not spoiling anything, but I know. No, never mind. I'm gonna drop it. It just there's a lot of
Mhm.
ingredients with names that sound very similar to like I don't know. Like you'll be reading like characteristics for like an item, and I'm over here thinking like, oh, can you get them in the City of Silver? That's not a spoiler. That's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Ah.
you know how there's all these random mythological like creatures that have been
Yeah,
brought
like
up, and
rainbow salamander, whatever
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck.
yeah, or like you don't see them, right? Oh my god, I'm losing my freaking train of thought here. Oh my god, this is so random. But like I'm over here thinking, yeah, no. You know what? I'm gonna just drop what I'm saying. Yes, I think it is in the real world. Cause like the fact that you have all these crazy random items that you can take, like this salamander, or like you need like what was in the beginning, you need like a dragon's tooth or whatnot. I feel like you can get all those ingredients from the City of Silver. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm dropping the
Yeah.
whole thing if it's in a different realm. Okay.
Mm. I would think I would think the City of Silver has like more access to like ingredients for potions and stuff because they fight so many monsters,
Oh yeah, they have
and
different
and we
ones.
know that monster ingredient or like monster body parts can be used as like ingredients for
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you can use them as ingredients. I know Romero also reminded me they have different names, like the older names.
Right,
Uh,
yeah. So, and then the only other thing, this was I dropped this. I only briefly thought about this, so it didn't, at least in my head, it didn't really pan out. So I didn't ever mention this. But like a theory I had was that the City of Silver is also called like the land forsaken by the gods, right?
yeah. Yeah, the Forsaken Lands, right? The Forsaken
Yeah,
Land of Gods. Yeah, that's the full
yeah,
title.
yeah,
Yeah, the Forsaken
something
Land
like
of
that.
Gods. Yeah.
So my theory was that again, and this probably doesn't pan out. I'm just mentioning this.
No, no, you're good. You're good.
Is that what happened was all these monsters that exist were originally beyonders of the City of Silver, and the gods when they forsook the land just made them all lose their shit or like lose control, whatever, and then they just
Oh,
became monsters,
I never thought
and then
about that. Oh
and then
wow. Damn,
that
you're
would allow
cooking.
them to get a that would allow them to get a shit ton of like potion materials because beyond their
Yeah.
characteristics you can pull from their corpses. I thought about it, but then my guess was that like that probably doesn't work. They don't drop characteristics though.
I thought
Yeah,
they
but then
do. Monsters. Well,
I
no,
thought these I
monsters itself don't drop characteristics. It'd be ingredients, right? It'd be
yeah,
like
but then
mystical items, right?
that's true. But then didn't Dunn say something to the effect of that like Beyonders who die and Beyonders who lose control drop like different shit? I can't remember what he said, but he
Yeah,
said something to that
yeah,
effect.
yeah. No, that's when he confirmed the whole idea of like characteristics left behind by Beyonders.
Exactly,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he mentioned that like, oh, I would have also taken old Neil's, but like he lost control, so I couldn't do that. Um, so like, yes,
Oh yeah,
they wouldn't drop
he
characteristics.
couldn't take it because he lost control, and that increased his chances of losing control, right? Because it was
Um,
contaminated by the hidden
I think
sage.
so.
Yeah,
I think
right.
so, yeah. I think
Yeah,
something
okay.
like that.
Yeah, as long as they didn't lose
Uh,
control, you can consume it.
yeah. So that was my theory, but again, like I logically thought of so many holes in it. I thought that probably didn't pan out, but that was
I
initial
still
guess.
think you
Cause
can probably use them as ingredients because you need like I'm telling you, you need like a dragon tooth or whatever, or you need
right, yeah,
like elves water or whatever. Like it's like all right, like these items have to come from somewhere, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like, but like I generally I've because it mentions it so many times that like names are really important in this world.
Yeah.
Like when like especially for like potions and shit, like if there's a seer potion, you have to act like a seer or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought the names of a name of a place would also logically be important. So if it's a land forsaken by the gods, why is it forsaken by the gods? And generally, when gods forsake a thing, they don't just go, "All right, peace out, motherfucker." They leave some curses and shit, right?
You know what's probably one of like the most important regions since you mentioned it, since the names are so important?
Yeah,
Hornicus. Because we know
a
when Klein,
Hornakus. Yeah.
when Klein has digested his potion and whatnot, he's heard
Yep.
Hornicus what was it? Hornicus flagera, right?
Oh,
The whole like the whole thing. Yeah,
Flagria.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong or right, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
could be pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you see that's the part I'm really crazy. Did you catch it in the trailer when they showed it for like a brief split second? Like the oh wait, hold up, I didn't tell you my theory. I didn't tell you my theory. I
Yes.
I was it mentioned? I the like very early on in the story, it's he had a like dream divination where he saw like an abandoned castle and
Mount,
then yeah
like a huge castle that
yeah an
reminded him
empty
of a Grey
throne
Fog
covered in
place.
maggots and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was like, this
I
was
think.
mentioned like once. It was an empty, like abandoned castle at the top of like the Hornicus mountain range, and there's like
Yep.
abandoned throne of like maggots. I remember that. You see, I'm pretty sure that's gonna tie back in. That's gonna be super freaking important when Klein like he. I feel like he has to go there because he keeps hearing it,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah, that reminds me. I think the place that you mentioned, I think it said, I feel like it said that Klein thought it reminded him a lot of the place above the Grey Fog, like that he remembered there being like a huge table or some
Yeah,
shit.
it's like it almost looks identical. You have like because even when he goes above the Great Fog, he emphasizes it. Oh, it's like a giant's table, or like it's like a giant
Exactly.
table,
Yeah.
giant
It's
chair,
like
and
a
like when
palace
he
with
saw
a
that, he
giant
said the
palace.
same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah,
my
I see
guess
that.
was, yeah. So my guess was that whoever lived there like eons ago, like thousands of years ago, whatever, um, is probably the original owner of like let's
Thank
say if
you.
that person is like
It
a
was like the
sequence
first. It
one
was like the
beyond.
first trial run, right? It was like the first trial run of
Exactly.
going
Yeah.
above the Great Fog. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. Like that person, let's say whoever was the ruler of that palace, let's say it was a giant king, let's say it was a giant because it says it's for a
like
giant.
the City of Silver Giant King or whatever was it?
Armir,
Giant
yeah.
Armir. Yeah.
Yeah. So like let's say Armir was there and he was the person who had that entire area. I don't know, like owned that palace, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then he somehow figured out how to like transpose that place to the spirit dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know how Klein has access to it. I don't know how any of that ties in. But like logically it seems to me like that's a power that's somehow passed down to like someone that's
Mm.
chosen or has a special characteristic.
Okay. Okay. Well, here, I'm sorry. Hold up. Before I lose my train of thought, I forgot what part were we on before I stepped out. My bad. I apologize for that,
Yeah,
by the way.
no, you're good, man. We were talking about that place above the gray fog.
And how like
Uh,
and how maybe it ties in with like Hornicus flagera, right?
yeah,
And we know the mountain range was called Hornicus. Like I feel like at one point there's gonna be like a huge crazy like convergent point where like they have to like I don't know like Klein has to go there for whatever reason to like maybe like advance his seer sequence like as much as he possibly can or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the someone can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like one of the ingredients for the clown potion was like a hornaceous a mountain goat horn or some bullshit. So it felt like that entire
Oh
like
yeah, you're right. That region.
like
Yeah, I forgot about
yeah,
that. That ingredient. Yeah,
yeah,
that's where the only place where you can get that goat or whatever to like advance the
exactly.
ingredient.
So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it felt like that entire pathway has something to do with that
I
area. So
completely
like
forgot about that mountain goat.
So like maybe like sequence 7 or 6 or 5 or something, he has to eventually
Like go
go
there.
there
Yeah, yeah,
to get like a flower, like the demon slayer flower
yeah.
bullshit,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever, right?
yeah. Okay, yeah, I can see that happening.
That's why he's the goat.
The goat? Who's the goat? The goat of Fornicus?
The goat of Ornicus.
That's funny. I've been drinking tea. That's funny.
It starts really slow,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Lord of Mysteries, it spends like a really good time, like world building and establish everything, and then Shadow Slave kind of just like it just jumped right into it. Like by chapter 4, I'm like, damn, okay, that was really quick.
Oh,
But I
okay,
know
that's cool.
I like how Lord of Mysteries does like take its time, setting everything up, even though it felt really overwhelming, and I guess like not slow. That's a bad word. It felt really different.
Mm,
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess maybe it did feel a little bit slow or like overwhelming for me in the beginning. But I like it. I like both
Mm,
in their own way.
right. Yeah. I want to read something else. I don't know what that like if I don't know if I want to here's like what I'm struggling with is I don't know if I want to read a smaller web novel. I don't know what that looks like,
Yeah, a lot of people are
or if I
mentioning
want to
Mother
read like
Learning. I think that's a
or
smart
if I
one.
want to read like a longer manhwa. So like or like manga. So like Ramiro said Wosquai, or I don't know how the fuck to pronounce
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Ramiro, but there was like a yes, that one that
Oh, hey, just
Ramiro.
make sure you put a filter, or you private your live streams if you read it, because I
Yeah,
dealt with a
exactly.
strike a really long time ago, and I'm like, oh shit, I had to like
Mm,
private
yeah,
everything. Yeah,
like there's a way to do it, but it needs to be like I would probably have to put like a filter on top of
yeah.
it to like adjust stuff, and then like what
Yeah,
I
call
was
me
thinking
dumb.
was like on really.
I could not figure out how to add a damn filter on OBS without like making
Mm,
everything completely like unreadable.
never gonna finish it, which is depressing as fuck.
Well, I
But
thought you were talking about like Dunt Smith, like he's never gonna come back. Yeah, I think that's the only reason I
oh
didn't read Vagabond, because it was never over, right? Yeah.
yeah, no, it never finished. But the truth is, I still can't recommend that to anyone enough. Like
Yeah, I think
it's
that's the
so
reason why I
fucking.
stopped collecting Vagabond. Like when I realized it wasn't
Mm,
completed, and I'm like, all right, I'll wait. I'll wait.
mm.
Since I was bringing done, I guess taking it back. I had a theory, and
Yeah,
people are telling me it's like it's impossible. Like once they're gone, it's over.
please, yeah.
I think in some way, shape, or form, they might bring back done. And I don't know if that
Mm.
tarnish him dying or not. But I was thinking about it. They brought up Old Neil brought up the ritual, the alchemical life ritual. Do you remember
Right.
that?
Oh, right. Yeah,
How you can
yeah.
bring back the
Because he was
dead
trying to bring back his
from the
girlfriend.
spirit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know they've mentioned in Lord of Mysteries, like one spirit only lingers for so long, like during
Yeah.
death, and then they eventually leave.
Yeah.
I assume when they leave is like they go to this astral world,
Spirit
the
world.
spirit
Yeah,
world, right?
somewhere.
And I'm over here thinking like, if the whole point of the whole ritual is like you make the body, you can just like pull them from like the spirit world. I was like, oh, maybe like one day, like Klein will use like the alchemical life ritual or whatever, and like bring back like Duns
Ah.
Smith in some way, shape, or form. I feel like I don't know.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that tarnish like him leaving or not, but that'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's theoretically possible. I guess the like immediate counter that someone would say would be like, "Oh, well, like the chaos, whoever the fuck the god that was talking to old Neil, I can't remember,
Hidden
was
Sage.
like,
Yeah, yeah, the Hidden Sage.
oh yes,
Yeah, yeah,
the
the Hidden
hidden
Sage.
sage. Yes, thank you.
All my homies hate him.
Like the hidden sage was just like lying to him to get him to do like whatever to either to make him go insane or to help the evil sage somehow,
Yeah.
right? So, like, I guess that, but I guess the truth is, old Neil, like, I mean, I said this before. I think old Neil, even in that state, was semi coherent.
Yes, that's what I'm
Like,
thinking. Like it was still like rational in and of its own
yeah,
way.
cause, yeah. Because, like, he was pissed and he was like, whatever. But, like, when Dunn said, like, hey, no, like, we really just want to check in on you, make sure you're okay, he
That
did
broke
open
me.
the door,
That part broke me, man.
right? I know, that shit was
That
wild.
shit, that whole thing messed me up, man. I think what made it even better was the better because it's so tragic. Did you play the same song Cammy linked you? It's
Yeah, yeah.
I forget what it's called, like something of
The
loss.
violin, yeah.
Yeah, damn man, that
Oh, it,
I
it
would love
hit.
for them to play that damn song in the anime, like in the Dunkwa. That
Mm.
it hits so hard seeing his like reading his death scene. That messed me up. I really liked that old man, and then he was gone. That broke me.
Sorry, Romero just asked a question. What part of Volume 1 really got you hooked?
You can go
Good
first
question.
since you just finished it.
Sure. Um, Honestly, if I'm if I'm honest, I was kind of pretty much into it right from the start. I think the main thing that did it for me was like in I want to say this was like chapter 4, something like really fucking early when they first entered the place above the hidden fog,
Oh, like when
and
he
then they
just got
started
there.
having
Yeah,
that
yeah.
exactly, and then like Klein pretended to be like the fool, and like he's so
That was
and
so
like he's so
funny.
and, yeah, where like everyone's asking him questions and they're so like scared of him, and Klein and his and he's having like an internal monologue, and he's like, if they ask me any fucking thing, I don't know the answer.
Yeah, it's like like right away he's like, I gotta keep up the act. That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, like literally
exactly.
right away, this dude knew his job. Is like, hold up, I summoned them by accident. I can't look like a schmuck here. I gotta keep up this appearance that like I brought them here for a reason. Yeah, that was pretty
like
funny.
like in my mind originally when I was reading that, I was like, dude, this is so fucking stupid. It would probably be better to tell them like, hey,
The
I don't
truth.
know what happened here either.
Like let's
Just
figure this out
'cause then you
together,
could
bro.
get their
Yeah.
because then you could get this their assistance and you could like have an open dialogue. But now you're all three playing this like 4D chess bullshit of trying to outplay each other, which is
I
so stupid.
I still find it kind of like weird how like only he has access to this.
Yeah.
Because it was never mentioned, like going back to the whole thing with Roseau's diaries, it was never mentioned that he did
Yeah.
it. So and I'm over here wondering, like, if he transmigrated here and he did it, why is it that he has access and Roselle doesn't? Like, I'm already like there's more behind this whole like luck enchantment ritual. Like, I don't think it's
Yeah.
as easy as like, oh, he did the luck enchantment ritual and like he showed up in Tingen. And then like all of a sudden Roselle transmigrates there, but he can't do that. I think there's more behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, like my immediate thought process when you say that is like maybe Roselle came here by like a different manner.
Oh,
So like
different
maybe
method.
Roselle, yeah, like
Yeah,
maybe
since they didn't
Roselle
mention
did
that,
a
yeah.
different method.
Like a different ritual or
So like
something.
let's
Yeah,
say
yeah,
exactly, yeah, like a different ritual,
yeah. Yeah.
which either granted him different powers or didn't grant him any. I don't know if
Oh,
that's the
okay.
case, but like let's because it's obvious there's something special about that ritual as a whole. Like that ritual is whatever gives him that access,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So if Roselle had a different ritual, it would either give him access to a different, let's call it artifact, I don't fucking know, or it just wouldn't give him anything in this world. I don't know, but like,
I didn't realize I can
yeah.
scroll down on the Discord chat, so I didn't read any messages since like the last hour. I'm like, where did you like? When did Romero ask us that? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you
Yeah,
off right there.
all
Okay,
good.
yeah. So maybe he
Huh,
got here by different means. Okay. No, dude. At least for me, I think my favorite scenes in like all of Lord of Mysteries, at least for Volume 1, all the tragic stuff. My friends make fun of me and say like, "Oh, he's only into all
huh,
the tragedy," but it's like
the
that's dude.
tragedy.
That's what pulls at your heartstrings, man. Like all the
Yeah.
stuff with like old Neil Dunn, or I don't know. Like I think like when I read the first fight, the harbor fight, I think that's when I got really hooked into the series. Like the second it cut to the
Oh.
harbor fight, I was like, oh, part of me was like, ah, yes, finally a fight, like
Mm,
a real fight, not like a little squabble where
yeah.
he's chasing. What was his name when he chased down like what was his name? Sirius, like down the hallway or whatever from the library.
Oh,
Oh,
serious
yeah,
airport.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sirius is like not just that, but like when it cut to like an actual fight, bro, that hyped me up. That's when I was like, okay, Lord
That's
of
good.
Mysteries is pretty good. But like up until then, I
Yeah.
liked it. It just I wasn't used to reading something, I guess quote unquote really slow, like a slow burn web novel. I
Right.
wasn't
Yeah.
used to it. But yeah, dude, I think the harbor fight was my. That's literally what happened, Cammy, during that fight, dude. It was such a
Mm,
good fight. I liked it.
mm. No, yeah, for me, it was just like this like huge disconnect between who he was inside and who he was portraying himself to be.
Yeah, on the
Like
outside.
beside the
Yeah.
obvious of like that he was like isekai'd, he was also just like instead of a regular isekai protagonist who has to like build himself up, like he's really weak, but like he just has the ability to learn
Yeah.
really quickly or whatever the fuck, and like build himself up. He just immediately went to no, I'm a godlike being immediately off the jump.
Yeah, he went like 0 to 100 like real quick, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Like
he
he
jumped the
just
bullet on
became
that one.
yeah. He came into this world and he's like, okay, so I'm poor and destitute and have nothing, and immediately goes to, I am the god who has brought you here. It's like, hold the fucking
Yeah,
phone.
I found it pretty funny. Like at first I was like, why is he hiding it? But then when I saw the anime trailer, I couldn't stop laughing at that part. Like once he went
Yeah,
like this, I'm like, it's like I already know in his head he doesn't know what he's doing, at least as of right now.
exactly.
But I
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
how like as the Tarot Club meetings progressed, he gets like more and
Yeah,
more into like his persona and his character as a fool.
exactly. Plus, I was like the the immediate like insight into like how similar him
Mm-hmm.
and Miss Justice or like Audrey are, because like externally everyone can tell that like okay, Audrey doesn't know anything and like she's like really excited to be here. But the thing is, Klein's the same way. He's just hiding it better.
Yeah.
That's like the answer. He needs that place as much as Audrey needs that place. They're both in there. Like half the time, Audrey would be like, "Well, I can tell you that, but it's rather like it's rather obvious and it's going to cost you money." And Klein doesn't know it either. He's sitting there like a omnipotent god, but he doesn't fucking know.
I find it how crazy how rich she is, dude. Like she's living the good life.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Like
what's your
the
point about that?
funniest thing to me was like when Alger asked for like £1,000, and she goes,
Like, yeah, sure.
"Well, that's really cheap." Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's really cheap.
oh,
I was like,
that's my
"Hold
weekly
on."
allowance. Yeah, and it took Klein like a whole freaking volume to get like 300, 400 pounds. Like, oh yeah, yeah. Like, I'll get my
Yeah.
allowance next week. Yeah, sure. I'll lend it.
That was so good. Um, how different Klein and Roselle are treated. Sorry, how different Klein and Roselle treated the transmigration.
What was this question?
Ramiro.
Oh, well, I mean, Roselle was more freaky. He was just having fun with it.
Yeah,
Because people always,
becoming
I
emperor.
still don't know what they mean by that exactly. Like, oh, he was just being freaky or whatever. I don't know. Have they been telling you that? Like, Roselle's just like a freaky character transmigrating? But I feel like
I don't.
speaking of taste, Klein is more like tasteful. At least him transmigrating. Like,
Mm,
he's taking his time.
yeah.
Like, he's trying to, I know he's trying to find a way home just like Roselle is. But
Yep.
they clearly went out in different ways. He was like, let me just
Yeah.
like plagiarize everybody's work in Earth and be this crazy ass emperor, and then eventually I find my way back. And then Klein is like over here, like, I'm gonna just be an omnipotent god from the shadows, and then like see
Exactly.
what happens.
Yeah. I think that plus there it's like a light and dark sort of thing
Oh, that's good.
Where Roselle was
Uh,
like the light, where like he wanted to become the consul and then the emperor and
like he
then
wanted to
lead the
be like the
nation and
public figure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly, yeah,
Oh
like he wanted to
yeah,
be in
you
the
want to be the public
spotlight,
figure? Yeah,
whereas Klein is
Klein
all just in the
in the
past. He's a
shadows.
leader
Yeah.
of a secret organization. Like he's just in the shadow. They're doing the exact same thing, trying to get as much power as they can. Obviously, he has the benefit of like being able to like learn from Roselle's mistakes. Like he learned that like okay, that's like Apprentice is dog shit, but Seer is apparently pretty good, so I'll take that one.
Like, I'll pick that one. Hey, I
Yeah,
forgot the
exactly.
one that taught him, the one that taught Roselle everything was who was it? It was another Mister. It was an acronym. Was
Oh,
I think Z,
Zaratul.
right? Mr. Z.
Zaratul. Zaratul.
Oh, so you're thinking the same thing? Oh wait, yeah, it was Zaratol. I'm thinking Zaratol is Mr. Z.
Oh, from the Secret Order.
That's what I'm thinking. Because he like
Ah.
so we found out there's an individual called Mr. A, and then there or X, right? There's like two characters. There's one in Tingan and one in Backlund. And then they mentioned
So
Zaratul.
yeah, so what we were told was that the Secret Order has like I think they said like oracles or some bullshit. I can't remember the
Yeah.
title. And they're like Mr. A through Mr. X.
Yeah, through Mr.
But
X.
then we yeah, but then we know that there's a Mr. Z
The
that was
Mr.
mentioned in
Z.
that letter.
Yeah, there
So
you
which
go.
makes me think like Mr. Y and Z have to be like the zenith of that secret organization. Like maybe it's like Z or sorry, Z and then Y and then all the other
Hold on, my
bullshit
alphabet.
below
One
them.
sec. XYZ. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, that's what was confusing me too. Like, I was over here speculating, like maybe there's like a damn character that's like connected from like Roselle's time and Klein's time. Like, I was like maybe like the like Mr. Z or no Zaratul taught like Roselle his secrets, right? He was like the one that
Yep.
taught him like the acting
Yeah,
method
he
and
taught him.
whatnot, and he
Yeah,
read
he
that,
taught him a
right?
lot of stuff.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember that's how I originally learned it. And I'm over here thinking like, oh, there's a Mr. Z in this in Klein's time, and I was here expecting like, oh, like maybe it's the same character or some way,
Mm.
in like some way, shape, or form. I don't
Mm.
know, because I
No.
find it weird how like he's reading notes of a guy that transmigrated 200 years before him,
Yep.
but it's like there's no way for them to communicate. I find that
Exactly.
weird,
Yeah.
and I'm over here thinking like, I don't know, maybe Mr. Z or Mr. Zartul are like the same individual and whatnot. I don't know. I think that'd
Ah.
be cool. I'm sorry, I'm kind of
Uh,
rambling, but yeah.
yeah, no, you're good. No, okay. I didn't consider that. Yeah, I guess he could live for that long since Azek can live for that long, and way longer. I guess that's
Oh, see,
probably
thank
not a
you. That's
concern.
what I was gonna bring up. I was trying to see if I can mention that or not. Yeah, you're right. Azik is 1,400 years old. Like, who's to say
Exactly. Yeah.
who's to say if there's more characters than him that can be over, like a regular lifespan? Like, if Azik can be 1,400 years old, who's to say like, well, no, never mind. Gustav it said he was assassinated, right? Never
Yeah,
mind. I
Gustav.
was
This.
thinking
Yeah,
like I was like maybe he's in the shadows or whatever. No, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I said he was assassinated.
Gustav. I think Gustav is like one to one with the. Oh my god, I can't remember. Who's the Roman emperor who was like who was like stabbed by his friends?
Caesar?
Fuck.
I don't, no, not
The,
Caesar. Was it?
is it was it Caesar?
No, maybe not. My bad.
Wait, no, no, that could. No, so I think it's no. I think you're right. I think it's Caesar. So like I think he's like a one to one. Yeah, he got stabbed at the Senate.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
at the
think he's
Senate.
like a
Yeah.
yeah. So I think he's like a one to one with that because like wasn't Caesar also a consul originally, and then he became like
And he became
God
yeah.
Emperor equivalent, whatever the fuck, and then he got stabbed by like everybody. um,
A few
so
times.
I think he's like a one to one. So he's probably dead, but yeah, like that's cool. I don't. Oh, okay. If you know the answer to this, just say yes. Don't tell me the answer. But do you know what like pathway or sequence level ASIC is at?
I can say yes or no. No, no. I don't know.
You, oh, you don't know. Okay,
No.
perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
because then I can tell you. Okay, so because then I can tell you my theory, and then we can sort of try to.
Bet.
So my guess. So we know that ASIC is from the death
Yeah, from the
pathway,
death
the corpse
pathway.
collector
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
So my guess is that he's probably like a sequence 3 is my guess.
I think he's higher, bro.
I think he's higher.
I think he's like sequence 1. Cuz like from
Oh,
my assumption, there was a character called Death. How long, right? Like Dirt God. I feel like maybe he was on
right.
that. Like I think he was originally deaf himself. That's what I'm thinking.
Ah,
And if he's like deaf himself, then he has to be like the highest tier. So that and from my
right.
mind from the beginning, I'm thinking he has
Mm,
to be like sequence 1. Like he has to be like that strong. Like for his like
interest-
for him to be quote unquote like a god or known as deaf, like he would
yeah.
have to be like higher than 3 or like cuz like 3 I think they mentioned it. Hold up. Like sequence 4 is a high rank.
And above are like the demigods.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
so like demigod ranked like from like I know there's different tiers. Like 1 would be god, like 1 of 4 would be demigods, or like 3 to
Yep.
1 it's like a bishop. There you go, saints, right?
Yep.
Like Death wouldn't necessarily be just a saint at like
Yep.
sequence 3. I feel
Mm,
like a Zik would be sequence 1. That's what I'm thinking.
interesting. Okay. So I have a and like maybe and if you have a counter, let me know. All right.
But
I have a I have a counter to the whole ASIC is death.
okay, go for it.
So
Shoot.
we know that Azek had a son or a son, right? The Black
Mm-hmm.
Knight or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck in his house.
The
If let's
headless
say
figure.
yeah,
Yeah.
if let's say Azek was death, then his son would be the equivalent to like at the end of volume 1, I can't remember the fucking was it the true creator whose son was being born in like Megos's
The
body,
yeah,
right?
Migos's body.
So, like, think about it. That infant was that fucking strong, where like it took a captain, Saint Selena's ashes, Klein with all his bullshit, the two,
Mm-hmm.
it's this artifact two, to beat a fucking infant, not even an infant, a fucking like just unborn child,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So if Azek was Death, and Death is obviously a god, and he had a kid, that how did that kid die? Because that kid's got to be based damn near a fucking god
He'd
himself.
be like a
Because like
demigod. Yeah.
exactly, because like he grew up to be like he's a full grown man, he's a full grown knight, he has a sword, all this
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. Klein is saying like he would be a descendant of Death. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would guess he's like I don't like again I don't know what a descendant of death means. Like like does that mean like
Like he's like a
death actually?
relative. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Like does that mean like
that's why I'm
yeah
thinking he has to be deaf. Cuz we like Klein says he has to be a descendant, but maybe he's not like piecing it together like completely, right? Like if he's probably not thinking
Yeah.
like he's probably thinking from a very realistic standpoint. He would just be like a son, a descendant, or like a grandchild or whatever of Death.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see that, but I find it very coincidental that Death was killed at the end of the fourth epoch from like a
Yeah.
combined strength or whatever, all these 7 Orthodox, and it just coincidentally
Mhm.
happens to be just as long ago as when Azik's
That's when we know
age
Isaac
has to
was.
be. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only thing where I'm thinking. But like
Oh.
if you don't think about that, then yes, I can see him like probably not being sequence 1 or like just like a relative or like a descendant. I
Mm.
can
Okay, that's a good. Yeah.
as of right now I'm seeing both ways. I'm seeing both things.
Mm. No, that's a good point. Like, yeah, I don't know how to. Like, we don't. Neither of us has the information
Yeah,
to know whether.
I ain't looking at the
Yeah.
wiki
Well,
for that too.
yeah.
I'm
No,
seeing away,
dude,
dude.
I
I
did
have
that
not touched the
once.
wiki. Actually, I
Yeah.
lied. I have looked at the wiki once. I saw like
Yeah.
I
Same.
saw this was like a week ago when I was trying to finish my notes. I know I accidentally read, and the good thing is I forgot because my memory is really bad unless I take notes. I know I read the volume title for volume 3, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. And then I woke up and I
Mm.
forgot, and I'm like, good, because I didn't think about it. I was so mad when I read it, but I closed it so quickly. Yeah, so I'm avoiding the wiki.
Mm.
So yeah, I definitely won't be
Okay.
looking up the answer for that one.
No, yeah, like I looked at the wiki once for like that for the video I
Yeah,
made,
yeah, yeah.
and I found the chapters where Klein like I don't know why the fuck it lists it like this, but it was like sequence 9, chapter 45, sequence 8,
Oh, and then like
chapter,
at this point, yeah, like it was giving you the
and
chapter
like
titles, like when he
yeah, and
advanced.
like
Yeah, yeah.
fully digested at this.
Well, that's
So like
funny.
I don't remember much, but like I remember doing a rough calculation of like because I'm good because like I do like I don't know I just do math instinctively of like how long it was until Klein got the next potion and how long
Yeah.
it was until he fully digested it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so like I did the math and it was I'm not gonna say the number
No,
obviously
no, you're
because
good.
I don't
I
want to
can
spoil
neither
it for you.
confirm nor deny. All good, all good.
Exactly. Yeah, but like it was like a relatively short amount of time between when generally Klein fully digested a potion and got the next one. Like there was never a period where he like fully digested like 6 and then didn't get the potions or whatever for 5 for a
Mm-hmm.
while. It was generally like really quick.
It was pretty quick. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like the only thing like I remember roughly how many chapters, but like again, there's just no point now.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast he's advanced, bro. Klein, like he's only been in like that world for like a few months, right? Like 2 months or something like that. I think that's what it
Yeah, I
was.
think
For like a pretty
by the
short
end of
time.
by the end of volume 1, I think it's like 6 weeks, something like that.
Yeah,
Like
like
it's
this dude,
very short.
yeah, exactly. His username say like he's speed running it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, dude, have you been keeping tracks of like like questions? So like whenever you read something, you're like, oh, I wonder, because I've been doing that. I have like there's so many questions in volume 1 that don't have answers, and I was gonna ask you, maybe
Yeah.
like maybe let's like I was trying to poke at your brain here because I remember
Yeah. Please.
Romero was like, oh, I can't answer that question, and it's like, oh, and I'm like, it's like, well, like wait, hold up, these are rhetorical questions, just so I can
Yeah.
think, or like so you can probably think about it too, because
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like
Please.
dude, I have like a whole page of freaking questions. I was
Please.
like,
Yeah.
why is the moon red? Like they're always talking about this
Mm.
damn moon being red. I don't know if that's just like a backdrop or there's more behind it. Because we know the true creator, he has like a one red eye, right? Right? He has like a one
Right.
red
Yeah.
eye. The moon
Right.
is
Yeah.
red. And I don't know if you watch Ava, like Evangelion, Neon Genesis. I'm more like
Oh
maybe
yeah.
yeah, I was
A
like
long
maybe
time
like
ago.
the
Yeah.
moon is like a cocoon for like a god or whatever. Like
Mm.
there's so many questions I've had. Or like here,
I,
let me
I
see.
yeah. I think that's just like a Romero saying it's either a Bloodborne reference or it's like or it's just a straight up what do you call it?
Yeah.
Uh the
Oh yeah,
world
like
seemed more
it's like an
dreary and
eldritch
dark,
lore.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think thematically that that has much. At
Much
least
to
I
do
don't
with it.
think it.
Yeah. I just remember I found it weird how like the true creator had like a red eye and then like the moon was red. And I'm like, oh okay. It's like I don't know that'll tie back into it. But then like the one thing I've learned in Lord of Mysteries is like there is no such thing as a coincidence. Like
Yeah,
there's always like even like the slightest sentence will eventually come back at one point. Like I don't know
which
if,
is fucking
like
wild.
I remember like Olinger only ever said like a sentence, but he's like, oh, like it's good to be. Oh no, was it like I haven't been here in a while, and he was talking about Backland. So and I'm
Oh
over here
right,
thinking
yeah.
like he probably has passed here, right? Or like I feel like all these characters might be more complicated, and we just don't know it yet.
Oh yeah.
Or
Oh
like
for sure,
the other
yeah.
thing I want, like I was thinking about like what are all these like random curses, like with Derek. You've heard Derek, yes?
The sun,
Yeah,
yeah,
he was just introduced,
yeah.
right? Okay, so
Um,
we know
yeah.
about the curse, right? Remember how his curse? They mentioned like the
Uh,
curse of destiny in volume 1. It's only ever brought up
that's
once.
that's the curse of the entire, like on the entire city,
Yeah,
is
they
it?
go. Yeah, so it was like, oh, like
Like,
what is the curse of destiny, or like how did it come
oh
about?
right, yeah. That's
Okay,
why he wants to become the son to. He had to kill his parents. Oh, I see. Like
yeah,
how
yeah,
they. Oh yeah,
the
that
descendant,
if you don't kill their parent, if they die but not by their parents
they
or
become like
but
a
not by
wraith.
a
Yeah, yeah,
relative,
yeah.
then they go fucking like crazy or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, they mutate. Yeah, I don't know. This crazy. It's this series is so crazy. There's like it's so intricate in its own way. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's scary.
So
I'm scared to
yeah,
read it. Like I don't want to know why.
yeah. Yeah, so that's like another thing that like to me screams like forsaken by the gods.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like that'd be the kind of petty shit a god would do. It would be
Like
like,
he
"Oh
curses like
yes,
his spawn or whatever. Yeah.
exactly, like yes, you must be killed by your child or you will
Oh,
be destined to kill your child."
you know what? That kind of makes more sense because they mentioned this only once. Hold up, I can see it being that because like right here, like he mentions it once. Where did I write it? Derek mentioned along the lines, "We will never betray." What was it? We will never betray the Lord again, right? So I'm thinking, like, yeah, you know what? That does kind of make sense. So if I assume like their original descendants betrayed their Lord, and that's
Yep.
when he forsake the lands, like, right? That's where they got the name
Yep.
from, and then he cursed his people, and gave them like the
Yeah,
curse of
exactly. Yeah.
destiny. Okay, I can see
Yeah.
that happening.
Gave them like the curse of destiny, gave them the like no sun, so they
Mm-hmm.
can't like really eat. That's why they had to get like whatever that black faced grass or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah. I still find it
like
weird.
get
That's like the
food.
only thing that's like edible there or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the I think that's the only place where they can grow food, I think, is like
Yeah, I think
as
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
you're right. Yeah, it was the only thing that can grow, like without sunlight, this and
yeah,
that. Yeah.
exactly, yeah. Alger also had a past with the Rear Admiral. Yeah, that's true too.
Did
Yeah,
he?
we got a
Oh yeah, that's why
yeah,
he wanted him,
yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
you're
why he
right.
wanted to kill him himself. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Romero. Yeah, yeah, there you go. They need to kill the relatives or they turn into violet spirits. Yeah, blackface grass is the only food. Yeah, you're right. Okay. And then another question I had, bro. I think I wrote it down
Yeah.
right here. I was like, why did the doll? Do you remember the doll during the harbor fight? The
All?
the help me out here, guys. What was the doll called? The Antigonus puppet. The
Oh,
puppet. Yeah, my bad.
oh right. Yeah, the during the warehouse
Oh
fight.
wait, no, I lied. Not the puppet. It was a doll in Chana's Skate. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh, the gate that like popped out, grabbed its hand, and then got yanked back or whatever.
Yeah, but like he's like the doll stepped out of the Chana's Gate and it handed Klein like a piece of paper on the true creator. I don't know if you remember that. Like that's how we
Oh,
found
hold
out
on.
about it.
Oh, I think I do.
That
Hold
was
on.
one of my questions. I'm like, why the fuck did this China's Gate open out of nowhere, and then the dog comes through, and then he just hands Klein info on the true creator, or like he handed him a drawing, and he's like, oh, it's the true creator. I find it really
Right.
weird that like a random ass
Like
doll just came out.
oh, I see. Yeah, it gave him like a drawing of the true creator.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why like Klein went to Dunn and said like, "Hey, is this the
yeah,
this is kind of like the giant you saw in you saw in Hannes Vincent's dream when you visited him, right?"
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Um
yeah. I
okay,
don't.
yeah.
There's so
So,
many
yeah.
random moments like that that aren't answered in volume 1, and I know one day it's gonna come back. Probably not in volume 2 or 3. Oh, what was your question, Nagito?
Nagito said, "What's your opinion about Klein cooking with Melissa when things were peaceful?" It was a great chapter, dude. Loved it. You know what? It was some great family bonding.
I know.
Okay.
I didn't like it when I first read it. I'm like, it's taking too long. But now
Uh,
I'm like, I love it. It's
mm,
beautiful. In
yeah.
retrospect, I'm like, I love this. It's like I love these
Mm.
beautiful moments, man. Before it gets
Yeah.
tragic.
Uh, exactly. Yeah. I
It's connected
think
to the Antigonus
so
family. Oh, that's what Romero said. It's not really
yeah.
a random
So
doll. Okay.
yeah. So I think part of it was kind of or like a theory crafted by Klein. So I can kind of jump off of that. So I think Klein said like, I think the reason the doll kind of jumped out was because of the Indigenous family notebook. Like it
Yeah.
was, because the doll was related to the Indigenous family. That's why it would try to seek out their heirs, right? So uh, because that was that doll they took with them to the warehouse.
No, the one they took to the warehouse was a puppet. A puppet. It was like the Antigonus puppet. That was a
Like,
another sealed artifact. Those are two different things. But I know Romero said they're random. Wait, what was that? What was that, Romero? Not really random. Is it? It was the same one.
is the same.
Oh,
Okay.
it
Yeah.
was the same one. Yeah. Okay. Ah. Okay. I thought it was different. I thought there was
Mm.
a doll that stepped out, and the Antigonus family was
Mm.
a puppet.
Oh,
Ah. Okay. I still find that weird
yeah.
that there was like a random puppet that's like chasing after these family members.
Just this random family. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the indigenous. So I'm guessing, and again, I think like part of this was also stated by Klein. So, was that like because he has the seer potion, and the seer potion was originally controlled by the indigenous family.
Oh, that's why I viewed him as a
Um,
descendant.
it kind of viewed him as like a de
Yeah.
facto descendant. Like I don't have
Yeah,
anyone else to give
I
this
was
to, so
gonna
I'll give it
was
to him.
actually gonna bring that up, but you already answered my question. I was gonna say like I
Mm,
forgot why, or I was gonna say like if you knew why the Antigonus notebook saw
mm,
him as a descendant. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's because of the seer
mm.
pathway.
Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, so then other than that, my guess would be probably that that the indigenous family was maybe like worshippers of the true creator,
Mm-hmm.
and they were able to, I don't know, like maybe whether that's because they helped do his bidding or whatever, they were able to get some stuff from him. Sort of
Yeah,
like how when Klein sort of peered
the
into
closest thing.
the soul of like the eternal blazing sun, he kind of got a whole bunch of info.
Yeah, you got
It was
info.
kind of like
Kind of like that.
exactly, kind of
Yeah,
like yeah, kind of like that, but except they would pray to him, and the true creator would tell them like, "Hey, I need you
yeah,
to do X, Y, Z or whatever," and then he would give them information.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, remember, said
So
Klein's theory was basically he was the closest thing left to an Antigonus family member. Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I guess that answers my own question then, because that was a question I had since volume one. Is like, how the hell does that even make sense? Like, I completely forgot about that.
mm,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm trying to see if I had any
So
more other
maybe
questions.
so maybe it's that like maybe it's trying to just tell this descendant like, "Hey, try to contact the true creator, and he will
Mm-hmm.
help you," or some shit. Or I don't know, maybe like a SOS call or some shit. I don't know.
Damn, I had more questions, but I'm trying to like make sure I know what I'm saying so I don't
Mm,
ask a question that gets brought
right.
up in volume two. Oh, I
Yeah,
remember.
you're good.
Why is the moon red? And I answered this one: the pair of eyes behind old Neil. Uh, why the Klein dream about the abandoned palace with a throne covered in maggots? Oh, we talked about that. Hornicus Flagera.
Yep.
And then why does he still here? I also, yeah, never mind. We talked about that. Oh, the other thing I thought about, this was so random. Why did the
Yep.
dead clown grab Klein's hand and say Hornicus? Do you remember that after the harbor fight when they were doing an autopsy on the clowns they fought with clown makeup? One
Oh,
of them grabbed his
oh,
hand.
yeah, when he like came back to life for like a brief second and then
Yeah,
fucking died
I don't
again.
remember if that was brought up. I know he didn't have a Zix
Mm,
copper whistle at the time because he mentioned how like
no.
he mentioned the Zix copper whistle can like interact with the dead, and he's like, "Oh, I should stay
Yeah,
away from cemeteries because that's probably not a good idea." And I for a while I thought he had
yeah.
the whistle, but no, that's not it. The random ass clown came back to life. He grabbed his hand and then he just said Hornicus. He didn't say Hornicus Flagero, right? He just said
No,
Hornicus.
I think he just said Hornaces. Yeah.
That's the
That's a
thing
good.
that was tripping me out because I completely forgot about that until I was like going back. That because that was such a
Mm,
random moment. And I don't know if you caught
mm,
that, but like he was fighting random
mm,
dudes in clown makeup. That was so cool.
yeah,
I found it's literally
yeah,
full circle. Like the dude becomes a clown at the end of volume one, and like he fought
yep.
clowns earlier. I don't know if it's necessarily because they're clowns or they were just wearing makeup to hide themselves or
Yeah.
whatever. But I found that cool.
Um. Yeah. No, I think they were clown. I think because they were from the because I think
I
they were
forgot
from
what
the secret
organization.
order.
Yeah, Secret
Yeah,
Order,
because
right?
which has the seer pathway. So I think
Oh,
they were
you're
actually clowns.
right. He was bribing them. He's like, I'll give you the I'll give you it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they were actually, because like that was one question I had where I don't know if you remember this, but like uh in the fight they were having with the clowns and stuff, the clowns would like pop out to like throw some shit or shoot a gun or whatever, and
Yeah.
Dunn and everyone else would be shooting at them, and he would always dodge just in time. And I was like, are they just dog shit at aiming or what's happening here?
It's like a
And it
stormtrooper
turns
from
out
Star
because
Wars. Like, what's up with his aim,
exactly,
dude?
yeah,
Yeah.
like stormtrooper aim. But as it turns out, it's because a clown. Sorry, it's because a clown has like precognition or whatever,
Yeah.
so he can tell. So that was cool. And then as for I'm sorry, what was your question? What the fuck did I just go off
No, it's
into?
cool. I'm the same too, dude. Because this is my first time talking to somebody for this long about Lord of Mysteries. I'm also
Yeah,
all over the
exactly.
place.
That's why I apologize.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, why did the clown grab his hand and say Hornicus, even though he was
Oh,
already dead?
right.
Yeah,
Um,
I see
I
your
don't
I see
know
your
if
comment.
I don't know if that has something to. I'm gonna guess it has again something to do with the seer potion,
Yeah.
because I think like the
Oh,
seer,
wait a
because I
minute.
think
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah, because I think originally the seer potion was controlled by the indigenous family. That's why like the notebook may have the formulas for like other like
Yeah,
higher
for other
sequences and
higher
stuff.
sequences. You know, actually,
So
I think
like
I know what it is
yeah,
too. Wait, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
yeah. So like maybe it's just that pathway is somehow intertwined with that family. So like as the potion was about to die, it saw like another seer and told him to seek out the secrets or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Uh, they. I think they also mentioned this. I know Dunn mentioned it to Klein when he's like, "Don't hear the murmurings."
Oh, of the evil gods or devils. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then Romero, back me up. Dunn mentioned something about higher sequences and lower sequences. No.
Oh, was it like the whole if there's more higher
Yes,
sequences,
there you go. There you go. They can influence the lower ones.
they can influence the
There you go.
lower.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, so that was mentioned in volume one. Damn, that's hard. I'm trying to be
yeah,
really clear what to say.
yeah.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
you're
So I was
yeah,
like,
you're good.
oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe the clown was like a higher sequence, and he was like influencing Klein by whispering
At the
Hornicus.
lower sequence.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's
Oh,
what it was. Okay. Or maybe I'm just wrong, and I'm completely off track. Okay. You know what I find funny? There's an organization called the Secret Organization, and then Roselle mentions in his notebook there's like an actual like the secret organization, but he never mentions the name. I remember I was confusing those
mm.
two for a while, and then Romero was like, "Nah, bro, two separate things. One is called the Secret Organization, and one is like a secret
That's a
organization."
secret organization
Gustav,
we don't know the
like, yeah,
name
he
of.
never mentioned. And for a while, I was thinking that org was compiled of only people on the seer pathway. And then I was thinking about the very first individual Klein met at the carnival. Remember, like the first two people he ever
Oh,
met? The
like the
fortune teller lady?
dog, like the hound trainer
The yeah,
or
the beast tamer.
beast tamer.
Yeah. I was like, he mentioned the beast tamer, and then there was like the other lady, like, oh no, I can actually do your divination. Yeah, and so for a while I
Right.
was
Yeah.
thinking like, oh, like maybe like this random ass carnival is like this secret organization moving around the world for like whatever reason. But I don't know. I feel like that
Uh,
theory kind of falls flat.
Uh, yeah, I think Romero mentioned. I might be misremembering this, but I think like Romero said that like your one of your theories was that like Beast Tamer is like a higher sequence of like the seer pathway.
Yeah. So my when I was reading volume one, I said like Beast Tamer has to be like sequence one seer. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like once this dude goes all the way up, sequence one is gonna be seer, because we know 9 was seer and then 8 was clown, and it ties into this whole carnival idea. I was thinking one has to be a beast tamer because he coincidentally met a beast tamer like the very first time he interacted with anybody for like a divination, and it was
Mm,
like coincidentally a beast tamer. I don't know. I was thinking about that,
mm,
but thank you, Romero,
yeah.
for mentioning that because I forgot about that.
Mm,
I forgot so many things I said during volume one. People said I was like really close to some things, but I don't remember what I said. And I don't want to
Yeah.
mention things that I remember because I don't know if I said them during volume 2 or volume 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's why. Yeah. This will be so much more fun once we're on the same
around the same
similar
place.
area,
Yeah,
and then we
yeah,
can. Yeah.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think I was like, I think originally I was doing it like bi-daily, like Lord of Mysteries, and
Ah.
then I was doing it like every day, or like at least every weekday, like the days I could.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right now like in the 200s, right?
I think I just got to 220 today. Yeah.
Yeah, I think today I just hit 400, right? Four
Nice.
something.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, season 2
Yeah.
is it's really different compared to volume 1. Like the backdrop is different, and like you already said, like his new name is like Sherlock, right?
Yeah.
It's
Sherlock
pretty cool.
Moriarty. Yeah.
I thought I just spoiled that. Never mind. Okay, yeah, you did say that. You did mention that
Yeah.
earlier.
No, you're
Yeah, I
good.
find it cool. Like now he has like this whole new persona. He's like in this whole different backdrop. But I know volume 2 is a lot longer than volume 1. It's way longer.
Oh.
So much longer, dude. It was like it's kind
Yeah.
of wild. There's a lot of
Yeah.
build up.
I. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where you are right now, is Klein still sequence 8?
Hold up. Hold up. Can I answer that? Yeah, I can answer that, right? Oh, because you said you've looked up things before, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I have like a rough, yeah. So I have like rough ideas.
I Romero said just say no. So I can neither. I think he wants me to neither confirm nor deny. But
Oh,
my
okay.
original
Okay,
assumption
that's
was
fine.
he
Yeah.
was gonna be going up at least one sequence every volume.
Ah,
That's
interesting.
my assumption was every volume he goes up one sequence. But I know there's not
Mm.
9 volumes, right? So it wouldn't
I
make
think there's
sense.
7.
Yeah, there's like 7, right? So it's like I don't know if it makes sense for him to like hit sequence 3 in
Or
the
is there
last
9?
volume. Yeah.
Yeah. My so like the name for volume 8 volumes. Oh, okay. The name for volume 2 is a faceless.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't. So obviously a
Why
no, no.
did
I
you
was just I
spoil
was just
that?
getting to a theory now. So a clown can be faceless in the sense that he has like face makeup, so anyone can be under the clown and under the clown mask, and it's just a clown.
Do you have
Okay.
any ideas how
Okay.
long we tried to keep that away from easy?
No, no,
What?
The
no,
name of
no, no,
volume
no.
2.
It's all good. No, I don't know what he's talking about. Continue, continue, continue with the
Wait,
theory.
does
No,
he wait?
no, no. It's cool. Continue with the theory.
Wait, that was in the author notes. How does he not know? What the fuck?
Oh, I don't read. I think I've only read the first author known for the end of volume 1.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, no,
Fuck. I
you're good. You're
apologize.
good. You're good. You're good.
Um.
No, no, you're
Oh
good. No,
fuck.
I mean no, it's cool. You didn't spoil anything. You literally you
Okay.
didn't. He did read it. He just forgot. Unhinged fucking read my mind.
Unhinged is just
I
fucking
I
lying.
no no no. I've read I've read volume 2. I've read the volume 2 title months ago, and I remember I
Mm,
told him is I think it started with the letter E or F, and I forgot. And then
mm.
just don't tell me
Oh
the name
shit.
for volume 3. No, it's cool. I'm not. No, it's cool. No, it's cool that you said it.
Mm.
Like I know. Like yesterday, I read the name for volume 3, and I already forgot it. We gaslight
Oh.
him. Yeah, they gaslit me until I
uh,
forgot it. Nah, nah, you're cool. You're chilling. You know
cool.
what? I can neither confirm nor deny, but
Mm,
I see where you're going.
mm.
I see your
So
messages.
like whatever sequence 7 is gonna be something similar, which
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know what that looks like
For the volume 2 title. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so like yeah, exactly. So like a clown is faceless because again he has like face makeup. So sequence 7 has to
Oh.
be equally somehow faceless. I don't know what that means, but like
Oh, so you're
um
saying clown would technically be like faceless.
exactly, yeah, because
Okay,
like
I get you.
you
I
could
get you.
wear clown makeup and then like you could substitute you with another person who's also wearing clown makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as like the customer is concerned, it's just a clown, right? There's no like
Yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah.
distinction based on the person behind the mask. You're
Okay,
worried about
okay.
the wrong person spoiling.
That's pretty funny. Nah, no, you're good, bro. Really, it's like where I'm at. It's not a big spoiler. I had ideas about the volume 2 name. Nah, so we're chilling. We're chilling. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
But look, what username said. He said that's what's the point of the mask. The point of the mask is like the clown is like faceless. Like that's the point.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
he's faceless. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know what part of I know this was a joke that Klein made, but I kind of think it's true. Like Klein made the joke that like like a 9 and a 8 are similar in the sense that they're both found at a circus.
Mm-hmm.
So like a seer and a clown are both found at a circus. And he
thought
said that as a
mentioned
joke.
all of
But
it, right? No, didn't he mention all of it?
what do you mean?
I think he mentioned all of it, right? Like he said the seer pathway is based on a carnival when he found out that the next one was clown.
No, I think he just made the because I think what happened was when they found out that it was sequence 8 clown, it was after the fight with Bieber,
Yeah, Ray
and then they
Bieber.
were on a carriage ride back, and everyone was talking. They were like generally like not like sequences have something to do with each other,
Yeah.
but like I can't figure out how a seer and a clown are involved, and
Oh yeah,
everyone's like,
he's
oh, it
like, how
doesn't
the
make
hell
any
do
sense.
they mix up? Yeah. Yeah, I was
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
how do they even mix? No, it's okay. I'm not gonna say future names. I know. They were telling me to be careful. They were telling me to be careful to not spoil anything. No, I know. That's why originally in volume 1, I thought sequence 1 has to be Beast Tamer. Because Beast Tamer that's why I'm saying this. Since Beast Tamer is tied into a carnival, I'm like, maybe at one point Klein is gonna be like a Beast Tamer, right? Like he was a seer, that was part of a carnival. He was a clown, that's part of a carnival. And then that's where I'm thinking, like, oh, if he like the first person he coincidentally spoke to at a carnival was a Beast Tamer, I feel like maybe everything would be tied to one. Oh yeah, and then that's what DSV he said, like then he gets to tame Evernight.
And and then
That was one of my original theories on why I was like, why the fuck did I ever say sequence 1 would be Beast Tamer? The reason I thought sequence 1 would be Beast Tamer, then he'd be able to tame all these like orthodox gods. I'm like, he'd be able to like use Evernight for whatever end game he has against like the true creator. Because you know, like the true creator isn't an orthodox; he's like an evil god.
Yeah.
So he'd like maybe one day use all these orthodox gods up against these evil gods. I don't know where the hell I was going with that theory back then.
Oh, I had a theory about this that I said today. Are you okay if I share my screen again? Because I think it's just visually a lot easier.
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
easier. Go for it. I did like the whole idea of you saying that the pathways are connected. Because if you go back to that trailer from for season 1, I don't know if you remember, it showed him in like the fog world, and then there was like 4 bridges. Do you remember that?
Right. Yeah. I said this too.
I think you're
yeah.
onto something, dude. I think those 4 bridges were like 4 connecting pathways, and they're all fucking going to the same way.
Exactly. Yeah. That, or like in Klein's case, since he was standing on the bridge of the fog world, he was the end path.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It looks it's funny. I'm using my old camera. I should probably turn on my light. Hold up. I'm sorry. One sec.
All good. Yeah.
I'm using my old camera on Discord. My lighting is all bad for you guys on Discord, but for at least for me on my OBS end, it looks completely normal. That's funny.
Yeah. So my theory that I came up with today, again, I don't know what this is gonna pan out to, but my theory was that, like, okay, so let's say this is such a dog shit line, Jesus Christ. Okay, so this is like a sequence pathway, right? So 9 through 7 are low, 5 through 9 and 8 are low. What is this?
I think originally they were ranked higher. But because there weren't that many Beyonders, they changed the like mid sequence, like where it started.
I see.
I think, right?
And so yeah.
So back then 9 to 7 was low, but then they changed it around where like 7 to 5 or whatever was mid.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. So let's say this is the old one, and let's say this is right? So when you start here, like when you start here as or like sequence none or sequence 9, you're just a person, you're just a guy, and then at 9 you become a Beyonder, right? Yeah. And then at 5 you're still a normal person, no problem. But at level sequence 4 you become a demigod.
Yeah, there you go.
A demigod is by definition like half god and half person, or
half
like
person.
a person with some divinity to them,
Yeah.
right? Which to me tells me like if you get strong enough with sequence potions, it can I don't know how to I can't think of a better way to put this, but like impart divinity onto you. So like you can become part god. So my guess was that sequence 0,
Oh,
if there
okay.
is one, would make you a full
Full
god.
Oh, I was thinking maybe like you just like when you hit 1, you're a demigod. But I was thinking like maybe when you fully digest it, right?
You
Um,
become
yeah.
because
I was
yeah,
under the idea like once you digest it, bam, you're like god level or something. Okay.
ah
But you think
because
there's
my
like something
theory
above it. Okay.
Yeah, because my theory was, so you know how it mentions that like a certain point, so like the true creator died, or like something fucking happened to it, and like parts of it became different gods, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like I or some shit became the Evernight goddess, and then a part of it became some other bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So my guess is, if that happens, all of the gods would descend on the earth at the same time. Like the true creator dies, different gods are born, and then all the gods descend on the earth. But that's not what happened. What happened was different gods came at different times. Like it said, like the god of
Yeah.
machinery and the god of
They were like from
combat were
like
like really recent or some shit, right?
yeah, like they were in like the 4th epoch or like yeah.
Exactly.
At
Yeah.
different
So
points,
that
yeah.
makes me think, because if they're coming at different times, that makes me think people can become gods. Because otherwise, logically, to me, it would seem like all the gods would come at one point. And if they're coming at different times, then they're not really descending, they're ascending from humanity to godhood.
Damn, that's
Because if they descended from this, they would just all be at one time, and then all the gods would be here. But that's not what happens.
I can neither confirm nor
Different gods
deny, but
get added.
that's a pretty damn good theory. I also
Yeah.
find it funny how 0 it's like an O in God.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly. Yeah.
it's spelling itself out right there. I found that kind of funny.
I'm just saying that that's called a creation myth.
Yeah, the whole idea. I remember that
Oh,
the
right.
creation myth was like
Yeah.
everything came from like the omnipotent, omniscient God, not the true creator, but
Yeah.
like the God, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what Romero was talking about. Yeah. I think what he was saying is you're talking about the creation of myth, right? I think that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if I have anything else done in my notes to bring up. Oh, they already confirmed like why the church was hiding the acting method. Yeah.
Oh,
Then we
I don't know
talked.
that yet, so don't tell me. La
No,
la
no,
la.
I don't know that yet. No, my bad. I meant that like they no Dunn said why. No, I mean Dunn bit yeah, right? Dunn said why.
Oh, yes he did.
It
Yeah,
was with the
when he was telling him about the characteristics. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, I assume the church is under the idea that like if Beyonders know this, then it's just be like a free for all where like Beyonders are like
Yeah.
killing and eating like their own. I assume that's
Yeah,
why they're not
exactly.
telling them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because like one of the original things I thought was like, since the Evernight Goddess and I can't remember which other church have like sequence pathways that at higher levels you can interchange. I can't remember
Yeah.
which other church. It logically made sense to me that you would probably want to be friends with that church, because I
Yeah.
would probably want like I would want the ability, like if I'm running low on potions and materials, I can reach out to a sister church and get them and get the higher level to another pathway,
Mm-hmm.
because it's better than not ascending. But now that I know that, like, oh, I can just straight up nuke a dude and then just take his shit.
Take his
Yeah, I
characteristics.
would, yeah, I wouldn't want to be friends with that guy.
Oh, then Romero, you saw the results of someone like Inzanguel. Yeah, that's basically what Zangwil did because he was trying to get
Yeah,
Saint Selena's
the
ashes this entire time.
ashes of Saint Selena. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that does make sense. That basically Inzanguil is like the perfect example of why the church is hiding it.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Plus that, yeah, that and plus it said that like artifact grade zeros are so fucking strong. We don't mention them, we don't describe them, we
Yeah.
don't do anything about them.
That's what there has to
And
be some crazy drawback with that quill, dude.
you think so?
Yeah, like I don't think it's like the fact that like at grade 3, you need like at least 3 Beyonders to use it. Grade 2, you need like you need at least a captain level to use it.
Yeah.
Like if Ince is using a quill like by himself, there has to be some crazy ass drawback that we just don't know about yet.
Maybe it's like important to current discussion. All right, give me 1 second, Romero. Sorry, apparently there's some artwork.
But well, yeah, this is trippy. I've never looked at this. The creator awoke from chaos and shattered the darkness, creating the first ray of light. This is the creation of myth, right? This is what he's saying?
Yep.
He then fused himself completely into the universe and made up all of existence. His body became the land and stars. One of his eyes became the sun. I did not remember that. Oh, wait a sec. One of his eyes became... What? The sun? Oh, I'm thinking that was tying to the red moon. Hold up. Never mind. While the other became the crimson moon. Oh, wait a sec. Anyways, hold up. That might tie back into the red moon. Hold up. You know how we're talking about that? And we're thinking maybe just like the... Like, it might just be
Maybe
like
it's
the
just
backdrop.
natural.
Nah, like right here. Like, one of his eyes became the sun while the other became the crimson moon. I've completely forgot about this.
Yeah, I don't remember this either. Yeah.
Some of his blood rushed into the season river, nourishing and nurturing lives. I did not remember that. That's wild. But dude, look at his whole body. His body, I bet you, is made up of like 7. Bro, look at his body. I think it's the different pathways. Right? That's probably what it is. Look at this. This is trippy. There's probably like 22 different things here if you look at it. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, wow. Wait. I'm going to shut up before I say something because I don't want to spoil anything for volume 2, but I'm looking at this at the moon and I'm looking at this like wolf howling, and then I'm seeing over here on the left. I'm seeing things that hold up. I don't think I can. You can talk about it. I don't think I should talk about it because I might ramble too much about things you don't know yet.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, all good. So like what I'm seeing here is like I'm seeing on the right side, now that you mention it, like the moon and the wolf.
Yeah.
That reminds me of there was a myth from like, oh my fucking god, there was a Norse myth of fuck, what was the name of that wolf? Fuck, there's a
I'm thinking of like God of War Loki over here.
Fenrir.
Yeah, exactly.
Fenrir.
Yeah. Fenrir. Yes, thank you. Fenrir. So Fenrir was like a wolf that would chase the moon
Yeah, he
and the
chased the moon.
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then eventually he would like eat the moon or devour the moon or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. So like, I don't know what the wolf pathway is. I don't know what the fuck that looks like. Is that the hunter pathway? I don't fucking know. So that's like a pathway that's like maybe fighting or like maybe trying to defeat the Evernight goddess, or like I don't know. That's interesting. It's cool.
Read the second paragraph.
What was the second paragraph?
Sorry.
I can read it.
His lung turned into elves, his heart turned into the giants, his liver turned into the treants, his brain turned into the dragons, his kidneys turned into feather serpents, his hair turned into the phoenix, his ears turned into the demonic wolves. Oh, plural. His mouth and teeth turned into the mutants, and his remaining bodily fluids turned into the sea monsters, of which the essence was Naga. His stomach, his small and large intestines, and the evil parts of his body turned into devils, evil spirits, and various other kinds of unknown malfeasant existences. His spirit became the eternal blazing sun, the Lord of Storm, and the God of knowledge and wisdom. His wisdom gave birth to humanity. That was the first epoch.
I forgot how detailed that was when it was revealed.
I know. Holy shit.
I actually forgot about this. This is a good refresher. I completely forgot it was this in depth.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, unironically, there's a lot to digest with just
There's
that
so
paragraph
much,
alone.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's cool because right here it's showing you his body is composed of all these orthodox gods, and then it mentions right here like all these evil parts will probably be like the true creator or like all these other things that aren't an orthodox god or whatever. Like there's like a devil right here, or like I don't know. There's all these random there's like snakes.
Like at the snake makes me think of like the primordial demoness. I don't know if that's right, but like that's what I imagine.
I always assume she looked like what's that one chick that freezes you in Greek mythology?
Oh, Medusa.
Yeah, I was like, maybe she's Medusa, and I'm over here seeing the snakes.
Yeah, I know. That's such a good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
All right. Damn, there's a lot.
All
Damn,
right.
we've been talking for like over 2 hours.
I know.
That went by quick, dude.
Wild.
That's funny,
Yeah,
dude.
it did.
All right, but I'm down, dude. We should do this more often.
Yeah, that sounds good. Once I
Yeah, I guess we can wrap it up then. We'll come back whenever I guess we're closer to the same point. I mean, we can
I
even
think
just
yeah, I
also
think
talk
so.
about other random stuff too. I know you were talking about that too.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, we can talk about like other anime or other stuff or whatever you
Bet
want to
I'm
watch. Yeah.
down. Yeah, because people know I ramble about anime too much. People be like, bro, get back to reading. It's
Uh,
like, I'm sorry, my bad. I
well,
want to talk about it, okay?
yeah, same.
All right,
We
bet.
tend to get into like a whole bunch of history talk and shit.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, man. All
Yeah.
right then, bro. For sure. I
All
guess
right,
I mean
yeah.
we'll leave it
Yeah.
there.
Wait,
It was fun. What is that sound?
I think they're doing like applause, which I don't know why the
I
fuck
forgot.
I'm
I
hearing it.
forgot
but
that was a thing. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck am I hearing?
yeah.
That's cool.